The evidence seems to indicate that you're watching dolly fishing.
That's been following the case very closely. Jimmy Williams is with us. Jimmy, great to see you tonight. Thanks so much for joining us. Let me ask you, you've been in the middle of this. I'm trying to put it all together. Are you from the area?
Hey everybody, it's Mike from Profiling Evil, and I'm here with Dolly Vision at CrimeCon 2024.
YouTube, where's the baby? Okay, if you're just tuning in, we're talking Summer Wells tonight. We haven't talked Summer Wells in quite some time. Also, we're talking that lady that likes to do 24 miles an hour in reverse, Karen Reed. But first, of course, guys, if you're just tuning in, there's like 600 of you here. PJ, what should they do?
Hit the like.
They shouldn't hit it. They should leave their DNA on it.
Smash it.
They got to leave that DNA just in case you go missing in the hills of Tennessee or Karen Reed backs over you at 24 miles an hour.
Last time you said that, I swear I saw someone in chat say they were going to lick the like button.
Lick the like button.
Don't lick the like button.
You can lick the like
Don't
button.
do
it.
No!
Lick the like button. All right. I dare you. I double dog dare you
Lord.
to lick the like button. Okay, you may look a little
Television is
strange.
not responsible for your illnesses you get after the fact.
Okay, yeah. If you get some disease, it's not Dolly's fault from licking your phone. Okay, so anyway, of course, I got the lovely PJ with me today.
What's up?
That's even more reasons to like the video. Okay, just in
Please.
case my ugly face scares you, PJ's won't.
I like your face better than mine.
Okay.
And you've got the clean shaven Dolly today.
I'm a little rough. It's growing back out. It's growing back. I'm a little scruffy. So anyway, what do you want to jump off? Do you want to start with the Summer Wells stuff, or do you want to go right into
You
Karen
got a super
Reed?
chat already.
I think we got a super chat.
Already.
Okay,
Woo!
look. Hi, it says the super chat. $2. Welcome aboard the Dolly, and it's Dolly and PJ train tonight. Okay, so PJ will be waiting on y'all as y'all come in to train. So
I don't
thank
know
you.
about all that now.
Well, you're seating the people. How about that?
Okay,
you
yeah.
seat them.
I'm good with
Make
that.
sure they get a nice seat and they're
I'm good with
comfortable.
that.
Okay, make sure they get a nice seat and they're comfortable. So, do you want to start with the Summer Wells, or do you want to go into Karen Reed?
Summer Wells.
Okay, there
I
you
discussed
have it.
that
We're
one.
starting with Summer Wells tonight. Okay, so in the Summer Wells, it's been 3 years. Little girl goes missing out of Hawkins, Tennessee. Right, we've been there a few times.
We have.
Right, Warriors Pass State Park, the dam, Horse Ponds, Don, Candace Wells. Oh my, the circus.
Oh my.
So I left that circus a long time ago, went to another circus. There's a lot of damn circuses on YouTube. Okay.
I didn't really think that there was ever going to be a circus
Bigger than Summer
as
Wells?
big or bigger.
Well, I don't think it's bigger than Summer Wells,
I
but
kinda
it's
did.
as big right now. Will it have the longevity that Summer Wells has had on the internet?
I don't know.
I know all these kids are loved that go missing, but Summer Wells got tons of love for a missing little girl. Probably more than any missing kid in this country.
I agree.
The internet is crazy about this little girl. The internet wants answers for this little girl. The internet has rallied around this little girl. I can't think of nobody else that got that type of attention on the internet but Gabby Petito.
John Bonet.
John Bonet. Yeah, there's a couple, but
Kaylee Anthony.
they're special cases, because you got to think about it. There's hundreds of kids that go missing a day.
Yeah.
And you don't even hear about these kids, but you still hear Summer Wells. You still hearing about Sebastian Rogers. Not as much on Sebastian Rogers. That's kind of when it's starting to go a little cold on that one. But we've had a lot of players and characters in the Summer Wells saga.
Yes,
Let's be honest.
have.
Every weirdo, and this is a lot of the reasons I don't talk about it, because as soon as you talk about it, these weirdos start coming for you. Yeah, they start coming out the woodworks, hitting you up, making videos on you, all kinds of stuff. So I was like, okay, let me dabble into something else, because this Summer Wells stuff.
At some point, you've got to outweigh your pros and cons. Like, at what point are you helping the case versus not helping? I mean,
yeah, I was just
hard
spinning myself in circles. I still pray there's answers for Summer Wells, but I don't cover it as much as I used to cover it. And, so these players that have been in it from the beginning, let's just say your Jody Sue Browns, your Frank Hill, your Benny Keys, your, who is the lone wolf? Ernie Shell. Okay. And a lot of this stuff that's coming out now is behind Ernie Shell. The damn microchip super soldier, right, with a chip in his brain from Tesla. He got a Tesla chip. He was the first human with the Tesla chip.
Drugs are bad. Kids, drugs are bad.
Just say no. Just say no. And I like this guy. I think he's a really good guy. But sometimes when he gets a little on the on the wagon, when he's on that wagon, that's all I'm going to say.
It's out there.
Yeah, when he's standing too close to the meth lab, he will say some crazy stuff, right? And so basically what I'm hearing is he said Summer Wells, trigger warning, guys.
Trigger warning.
Trigger. We're just going to go into this. We're just going to go into this hot.
Right on in it.
Just right on in it. But he basically said the little girl was bashed in the head with a hammer by Don Wells. That Don Wells bashed this little girl in the head with a hammer.
Well, you didn't have to say it twice. We heard it the first time. Jesus.
I mean, I know. That was for the people in the back. There's cheap seats. Somebody got the cheap seats.
I tried to have that conversation at lunch on my live today, and I had such a hard time saying what I wanted to say. I ended up saying more than baby gas.
Well, we ain't gonna sugarcoat it. If he's saying that, he was talking to Candace that day, and the whole video, which you can hear the shovel hit the gravel.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people believe that she was digging up Summer Wells's body and moving it, and
she was in somebody's front yard where they had gravel.
Absolutely, we know that, right? But a lot of the internet don't know that because we know where she was at,
right?
And we know who she was with,
right?
Right. But a lot of the internet don't know that, so they really think that she was in the woods somewhere digging up a grave.
But that's how perception works. People can interpret something somebody says a million different ways, and
yeah, but I mean, basically, they ran with that narrative that she was burying the baby, moving the baby,
right?
But really, she was in this lady's front yard in her driveway,
messing with the gravel.
Yeah, messing with the gravel. So you know, the thing about this is Don and Candace, they like to play on the internet.
They really do. And you know what? You cannot blame Don Wells because this time frame of when Candace was doing the whole
he was in jail.
He was in jail.
Yeah, he was in jail at that point. So Don was gone and Candace was just playing with the internet. Like she even sent me a message one night that said she was going to unalive herself. Right? I had to literally call the police, call down.
Yeah, you were genuinely worried about that.
Yeah, I honestly thought because listen, she had never hit me up ever. Candace Wells had never hit me up, never sent me a message. I had her number, right? And then that night I get a message from that number, which is Candace Wells. And it was just basically like she was going to unalive herself. And you know me, I love everybody. I may accuse people of things, but I have no.
You don't play around with that.
Yeah, like listen, I tell people I don't hate anybody on the internet. Just because I think you broke a law, don't mean I hate your guts. Just like maybe the Proudfoots or something. I don't hate any of these people. I wouldn't want to see anything happen to you.
Right. If they text you and said they were going to off themselves, you would be concerned.
Hell yeah, I'd be concerned.
A human person.
The same thing for them. I would call TBI or whoever. I called Hawkins County Sheriffs when they did this. They actually sent somebody out there to check on her, everything like that. And then she came, you know, they came up there and said the phone was hacked and things like that. But it wasn't. It was her.
It wasn't. That same friend that
she was drinking. She was drinking
and got away from her. Like she was having to watch her.
Yeah, she was drinking and then she just started trolling the internet drunk. Right?
She thinks it's funny.
They think it's funny. Remember when they said they hit up one of the sisters or something and they were trolling her?
Yep.
So they had been trolling for like a while.
She called one of the sisters and said that Dawn was arrested and did this whole big story. I think Candace is an actress.
Well, you know, she was a carny. At some point in her life, she worked with the carnival. She was traveling around.
Actors?
I mean, if they are,
she would convincing.
She would be the best actress ever. She needs a Grammy. She needs awards because I sat there with her and she had me feeling bad for her. And I was sitting there telling her, I think you did it. Okay. And she had me feeling bad for her.
She's good.
If she is an actress, she is one of the best actresses I ever been around. And, you know, I got to say this about Candace Wells. She's not emotionless.
No.
Usually people you see that hurt their kids are emotionless. Even Karen Reed's emotionless that ran over John O'Keefe, right? She's emotionless. So Candace ain't. Candace can be laughing, crying, wanting to hurt you in 1 minute. You know, her moods are all across the table. She shows you everything. You know, even the humor, you want to touch the mullet, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, these people watch everything, just like we know that, you know, Sebastian's parents watch everything.
Mm-hmm.
Don and Candace watch everything. Because when I was hanging out with them that day, I never said nothing about the magic mullet, right? I never said, because she was already evil-eyeing me like she wanted to stab me in the face with a fork.
I told this story at lunch today.
Right. Did you?
Yeah. About how I almost died halfway up the driveway and how you just left me back there.
Yeah, I did do that. Okay, you got to get them walking boots on. Them hills of Tennessee ain't no joke, right? So you know
that hill up their driveway ain't. I don't see how some random person came there and went up there and just snatched a child. I know that much.
Happy 4th of July, Dolly and PJ, and all sweet chat peeps. Only place for truth is watching Dolly and PJ. Thank you for keeping it real. Thank you, Brittany. Thank you, Bridget.
Sweet.
I said Brittany. I cannot see. Some cloud says, "Hi, crazy people. Welcome on the train. Come on the train. Come on, jump on. Get you a seat while you can get them. All right, it's gonna be a sold out crowd tonight. Sold out crowd. I can already feel it. So, we're in the house hanging out with Candace. She's showing us pictures of the kids. You know,
all of her
they're
stuff
really,
that she had in the bins.
yeah, they were really open. You know, as far as everything, they showed us
They're the
everything.
ones that wanted us to come there. We were out at Wendy's, and then it was like, "Hey, do you guys want to come to the house?" And I'm just like,
Yeah, they said it like it was Dollywood. You know what I'm saying? Like we were
Yeah.
going to a damn. Hey, y'all want to go to the amusement park? You know what I'm saying? That's how they consider their house now because you know everybody wants to get on the hill. Like there's, you know,
like a hot commodity.
Yeah, it's like a hot commodity, right? And we're being allowed to go to the hill, right? Oh shit, we're moving on up.
We had to promise
the
we
east
weren't going
side,
to record
right?
nothing.
But
we got patted down at the doorway.
no, they wasn't all like that. But we didn't record it. We kept
No.
it. We kept it as human beings, just hanging out with them, getting to know them a little bit, listening to their story. You know, it's one thing that I rather know the information. Like I tell everybody, it ain't always about clicks and views. Sometimes I'd rather just know what's going on.
Well, yeah.
You know, and I think we built a better bond with them and got a better conversation out of them.
Vincent gave 5 subs.
Vincent!
Members.
Boom, right?
Thank you.
I think we got to bet more information and learn more about them without throwing the cameras in the face. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we would have got any of that if we would have just been cameras in their face.
I'm glad we're not like those other people. We didn't have to sneak nothing, or we didn't sneak nothing.
Yeah, we didn't do nothing. And we kept our word pretty much to everything we told them. We didn't go up there recording. We didn't go up there and lie about them. We told people truthfully what we seen, you know, and lately they have been doing the right things. They've been going to events for their child. I mean, they've been, every time I've seen them on the internet lately, they've been sober. I'm like, holy shit. Yeah. I don't even know what to think about that.
Yeah, I mean, they're still human beings.
I mean, I know that covered up the murder of their daughter. Allegedly. Okay. Allegedly. Let me throw these warnings out there. Dolly Vision is for entertainment purposes only. We talk news, rumors, gossip, speculation, some theories. We mix it with a little bit of comedy. So don't take nothing here as fact. Do your own research, people. Research. Also, callers, their opinions are theirs and theirs alone, not to reflect on the Dolly. All right. And everybody's innocent in court until proven guilty. And don't try to be Dolly at home. It is extremely dangerous, and I'm not responsible. Okay. I'm not responsible.
Period.
Okay. I ain't got the money to sue me. If you sue me, you're doing it for practice. Okay. You'll get pocket lint.
Funsies.
So where is this little girl 3 years later? Is Ernie Shell, you know, is he right?
No.
Did this kid get beat in the head with a damn hammer? I mean, that's what the man is saying. Like, now I know.
No, what he said is that Candace told him that Summer was hurt.
And Don finished her off with a hammer in the head.
Right. That's, yeah.
Do you think Don Wells is capable of that?
I don't know. I don't know these people that well. And I don't think you do either.
I got to shoot BB guns with them.
I mean, I'm just saying.
That's bonding. That's like male bonding time right there.
Yeah.
We got to bond with some BB guns, okay? And I don't get the vibe that Don is a killer. Because remember when we hung that banner, the banner you used as your thumbnail today, he had a knife on him. He didn't stab me in the back.
That's because I was standing behind y'all with my gun.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It would have been bad for him if he would have tried to stab me in the back. But he had a knife.
That don't mean that
he didn't try to get
motive or means or opportunity right then and there.
I won't looking. He could have got me like, right in the back, right? He could have got me right in the back. But he didn't.
Lolo didn't bark at him. That was what got me.
Do killers usually go to Jesus when they don't want to answer a question? Yes. Do you think Ted Bundy was like, Ted, did you kill those girls? Well, you know Jesus loves you.
You know what? That is a typical response of somebody that's guilty, that's been in the prison system.
Go to God?
It's like the Jesus prison system.
When people push him on questions, I do have to admit, Don goes to Jesus quicker than damn.
That's a sign of guilt.
Yeah, he'll go right there. That's how you know how like the Proudfoots, they just won't answer it. Right? They'll be like, I ain't answering that. They'll move. But Don, you ask him a question, he don't want to answer.
Chris Proudfoot does the same kind of thing. Remember when he told Seth to go look for him in church?
Church? Yeah, go look for him in church.
It's kind of the same.
And I don't think it's the same.
I do. Like
I think he said that you want to finally go to church because like he's in the spirit world.
No, he said that because he was and
He
he
needs some
explained
church in his
himself.
life, he
Right.
needs some
He
Jesus
was
in his life.
that's how he explained himself as to why he said it.
Yeah, but Don does it constantly. Like that's his go-to
Well,
to
yeah,
get out
that's
of a
because
question.
he's the most guilty of them all. So in his mind, that's how he justifies what he's doing, is that he's godly and God forgives and God it's
But he, you know, unlike a lot of people, Don and Candace were quick to say the kid's gone.
instantly.
They're gone.
That night, Jody
I ain't talking about gone like
Jody
missing. I mean
Sue
like
said
gone
that
into the
night.
spirit world.
Right. Past tense.
Yeah, they were
instantly.
quick. Do you think that's something that they just accepted because they think their kid ain't coming back? Or do you think they just did that because they know where the kid is at? I've always truly believed it was because, you know, the little girl met some kind of terrible fate and they covered it up.
I believe that they said it themselves, that somebody took her.
But just from meeting Don and Candace, I didn't get the killer vibes. I didn't get they would try to hurt you. They would try to kill you, try to do anything like that to you. Not to me, or like when we were there, I thought they were pretty welcoming under the circumstances. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't get those vibes from them. Now. Maybe, you know, pervy, Don Wells, pervy,
and
definitely, you know. But I didn't really even get those vibes from, to be honest. I learned that after we came back that he was like breaking in houses and stealing panties and shit. But I didn't really get unless my vibe meters broke. Think my vibe meters broke? You ain't saying nothing. See, we have different opinions on people. Like, you know, I was real trustworthy.
My track record is 99.99999%.
PJ a little bit different. I mean, we're two different people. We don't share the same brain, so sometimes we think differently, you know.
And that's okay.
I'm more trusting and caring, and like I'll give you 1,000 chances. PJ's one
3
chance.
max.
Yeah, you done at that, right?
You're dead to me.
Yeah.
After 3.
Yeah. See, I'm a little more forgiving and caring, and like I feel I'll hate you and then feel bad for you. Then I'll hate you a little bit. No. Then I'll feel bad for you.
And I have my glasses on because
I'll say something mean about you,
everybody
and then I'll feel
wants to know why I have my glasses on.
Then I feel because she got that bright
and
light in your face.
I kind of have a headache.
And then, you know, I'll say something mean about you, and then I'll feel bad about it, and then I'll try to say something nice about you. But yeah, PJ, you don't have as much patience for people. Yeah, she's a little bit meaner than
I'm
me.
a lot meaner. I call it jaded. I don't know if it's the MS thing or if it's just life experience, but I just don't. If you lie once, twice, you're always going to be a liar to me. If you're an asshole,
the question is this: do you think there's anything to Ernie Shell what he said?
I think that he has an idea of what he believed. Like when you hear him tell his story, he was on Crime Lines and Lies today, and the title of the stream was what happened according to Ernie's story, or Ernie's side of the story according to Ernie. Basically, he just relayed the interview. They shared the recording of it, and he translated it as to how he perceived it. So it's not necessarily that he's right or wrong. He's just looking at it completely wrong. He thinks she's distraught and she's, you know, overdosing. At one point in one of the recordings, he actually truly thought that she was having an overdose.
Hey, Ernie Shell's here.
Hi, Ernie Shell.
Ernie Shell's in the house.
He's been on a couple panels today, I heard.
Yeah, I don't know about the whole, you know, because we learned later that she was at a lady's house.
And she was pretending, because that lady came outside and was yelling because she found her on the phone with Ernie, told Ernie to F you, Ernie, then grabbed the phone from Candace and gave Ernie a piece of her mind. But she was pretending that whole time. Yeah, that she was sicker than she was.
That's
and
the
then
thing
he's like, what have you taken, Candace? She's like, I don't know. And
why would you do that though? Is Candace just trolling?
She's
trolling. Like, I'm gonna sit around and drink and just mess with the internet. It's weird. It's weird though, because she has a missing child. Like,
it's real weird. Even if she didn't have a missing child, it's weird. And she's got people believing her that she's either gonna harm herself.
I did.
I know. She's good. I'm telling you, she's an actress.
Yeah, I thought she was really going to hurt herself. She had me in the middle of the night and I know what to do. I ended up calling the damn police in Tennessee, reporting what she said and explaining the situation to them. mean, I didn't know what else to do. If you get a message like that and you don't take it serious,
and somebody hurts themselves, yeah,
I would feel guilty forever.
I would too.
Not reporting it,
I would too.
So the first thing I did was I called TBI, not TBI, but I called Hawkins County, the sheriff's office, and said, "Hey, look, this lady don't never text me. She just texts me that she's going to do this to herself." And and really, she's just sitting back laughing.
I think she was passed out at that point.
Passed out at that point, yeah, because she wasn't at the house. She was at her friend's house at that point, taking care of her horses.
Yeah. And
the crazy thing is when you hear people talk about them that are close to her, they love Candace.
Yeah.
They think she's great. Like,
I mean,
but they don't. They still a little skeptical of her own people. As far as the Summer Wells thing,
you've got to be able to tell whether or not she's 100% while you're around her.
Well, I hear she's super good with animals.
Okay.
That
cool. I mean,
or nice to them. She had but then again, she had all them stray ass hungry dogs at her house. So, but I guess she is an animal lover.
Yeah, that don't mean she didn't neglect her child.
Yeah, do you think she really
You don't
did
know
something?
What I think.
Do you think she really did something physical to the child and purposely hurt the child?
You don't want to know.
I wouldn't ask you if I didn't want to know.
I know, but ultimately, it all comes together.
I'll get on the train before the Karen stuff goes down.
All the stuff coming together that we know, and with Don Wells pretty much admitting to showering with the kids, sleeping naked with the kids, and essay of his sisters at her age 5. Summer was age 5. Allegedly, all my opinion, stuff I've heard, nonsense. If you put it all together, he clearly was possibly, allegedly, maybe doing that with Summer and Candace,
I mean, you think he was pimping the child out?
I believe he was doing stuff to the child himself.
And allowing other people to?
Yep.
For money.
Yep.
Drugs, things
just
like that.
Based off stuff that God said, one of the, and I'm bad at names, I'm bad at times, so any date that I say you can't listen to, because I done said we were dating since 1999 and, earlier, but ultimately, there was a man that came out on one of them interviews, either on Ziggy's channel, saying that he had words with Dawn. He was left out front with Summer while Dawn went in to go get his pay because he owed him money or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that he said it, it almost was like he had Summer with him for a while. And then he gave her back once Dawn gave him money or something. But that's, again, my perception of how I interpreted what he said. And then when Dawn was on Dr. Phil, he said something to the likes of, he gave her to the man that didn't bring her back.
I don't remember him saying that like that.
So a lot of what I perceive of what Don Wells is or was is what he said out of his own mouth.
Well, I think the most thing about, people that make people think that is because he also said he knows where they sell kids.
And then the shed, his sister said that she believed that was the drop-off point, like where they would leave and pick her back up. And also when Summer said, according to Dawn, that he was the only one that she wanted to be with, that kind of alluded to something sexual, in my opinion, which that, again, is just my perception of it. But there's just several things all together.
One thing weird I thought about the shed is like when she first went missing, the first place they all went and checked was that shed. Right. And even he didn't go to the house. He went to the shed. I found that a little weird. And I had asked Don when we were standing on the hill because we were outside the house and we were looking down at the shed. I said, did Summer go down there? And he would be like, nah, she wouldn't really go down there. She'd play around here and in the woods and stuff, but she didn't really go down there much. But if you're there, there's really only one kind of way from the house. It's like you got to go down and around to get to the shed. You can't kind of go down.
Go straight down.
Unless you want to go straight down. Yeah, unless you want to fall down there. But in order to walk down there, you got to walk down towards where the driveway was, right, and then back.
Even that's straight down.
And then it's still a little ways down. Yeah. So, but I always thought that was odd that the first place they went and looked was that shed. Like, and that tells me right there that she goes to that shed.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was selling her in the shed or whatever happens in the shed. I just figured, hey, this kid must go down to that shed. But here's another thing. They said she got kidnapped from the hill, but this just say she went down to that shed. Anybody going down Beach Creek could have seen her at that point, you know?
Yeah.
And you got to remember that area is bad with meth labs and convicts and all kinds of weirdos. All right, some glasses. The glasses.
Yeah. I have a headache.
Yeah, she got on the Louis. She thinks she's a rock star.
I am a rock star.
Baby,
my thing also, the reason why I feel that way now, and I started out thinking something happened accidentally and they just couldn't tell the cops because they were afraid of getting in trouble. The reason I started thinking opposite of that or differently of that is because it's hard for people to lie.
Uh-huh.
And if they say somebody came and took her, it's technically not a lie.
Yeah.
And if that actually happened,
I don't know if anybody took her. I've never really believed that.
I don't think that's that's like if they were pimping her out like for favors or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Well, why would they pimping the boys out?
Because nobody's really that into that as much
boys?
as girls.
I don't know. There's some weirdos out here. They don't give a damn. They'll take your dog.
You didn't hear Don talk about anything male related. That's why you didn't get a bad vibe or any kind of issue while you were there. He doesn't have a history with males.
I mean, I know, but I'm saying I didn't get that killer vibe like he would kill you in the woods somewhere if he was off alone with them. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think it's about that. Just like you said on serial killers many times in every single show you've said serial killer type shit in. It's basically sex related.
Yeah, I do believe
it's
that.
not like, hey, I'm just going to kill you because I want to kill you. That's what I'm saying.
It ain't never nothing like, it's always some type of sexual craving.
Where I'm thinking this is.
That's one thing you can find in almost all serial killers.
This is super deep.
There's some type of sexual fantasy involved in their killings.
Right.
Even if they don't sexually assault the person, it's still they're doing things while they're thinking about that. You know what I'm saying? To themselves. It still has a sexual element.
If you really think about it, Don Wells and his history of everything we know of him that he was accused of allegedly. Very predatory behavior in the sexual manner and of young children. So, I mean, I don't think it's far-fetched to think that way. We don't know. It's allegedly.
And don't forget that she slept in the bed with them with the P playing on the TV. I never heard that.
I have.
I've never heard that they were watching that type of material with her in the bed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I knew she was sleeping in the bed.
And Don slept naked.
And then he slept naked. I knew that. But with that stuff playing on the TV, that's a lot there. And thank you. Come on the Dolly train. Wow. See, that's the first time I heard that one, Canvas. I knew he had been sleeping in the bed with her. I knew he had showered with her. You know, he said he showered with her and the boys.
The way that he talks about how he's
never their shower is small.
He's never been loved by anybody like her, and it just I get goosebumps. I don't like it.
I mean, just because somebody says they're loved by their kid, don't mean it's
not
a physical thing. You know, Summer never said nothing to nobody that she was being.
She was getting ready to go to school, though.
Yeah, that is true.
So that was getting ready to be coming.
Yeah, coming to issue where she could talk to people and have access to other people outside the house. Maybe so. But I mean, we're 3 years in, no solid, nothing on Summer Wells.
And that's
either.
where I was getting ready to go into the whole lying aspect of it. Like, they get wasted and they don't tell it. I really believe that either they're master manipulators, which even then you still slip up. And I've caught several things Don said himself where he's had to rewind.
Like, oh, yeah, I have too.
So I think that if he was covering it or if he was lying, he would have slipped up by now. So him saying somebody came and took her technically isn't alive. He was handing her out for favors, in my opinion, allegedly.
Yeah, but he would know who took her if he was negotiating with people and handing her off. He seems not to know. And why would he instantly think she's dead Or did he owe a drug debt and some drug dealers come kidnap her?
I mean,
because he instantly knew she was gone and that she ain't coming back. Right.
What bugs me the most out of the entire story is why there's not a law enforcement agency that we could call and tell all of this to. Not necessarily we, like you and I, but the general population, like everybody that knows little bits and pieces. And why are they not?
I'm sure the cops know all this, but you got to be able to prove it. Like, you got to be able to prove. You can't just think it.
I
right?
know, but
like, we just think that. We ain't got no proof that he's done anything.
Their kid is gone, though. So
we got proof that she's gone, but other than that, what on him far as what they were doing?
I just don't understand how in Tennessee you don't seem to get punished for anything as far as relating to your child.
Yeah, especially when you go missing and there's CPS request against you, right? Like somebody's done called the social services on you, or they called all these other people on you, and yet now your kid goes missing and you still not held responsible for it. Well, what about the calls that were placed before they went missing? They're not going to do anything about that because now she's gone.
I don't know. And it's like they can basically just do no wrong. Candace had 7 kids total that are not in her care.
Yeah.
And so she doesn't ever get a neglect charge, or like they don't have such a thing there. I just don't.
I mean, but how many drunks have raised kids in this planet?
Several.
I mean, many. Yeah. I mean, do we hold her responsible because she's a drunk? I mean, there's lots of people that grew up with drunk ass parents. Yeah. I remember my buddy's mom and his dad. As soon as they got off work, they started drinking scotch. Like 2 hours after they got off work, they were sitting at the kitchen table, plastered. I mean, just and that dude came out fine. I mean, I know him still to this day. He just bought a new house, and you know what I'm saying. But his parents were just full blown alcoholics.
A lot of people in chat I see are saying that Hunter knows, and I saw that earlier today. People were saying Hunter knows.
I think Hunter, yeah, I do too.
But Hunter said,
I don't trust Hunter at all. He's a piece of shit kid.
Hunter said to his girlfriend on Facebook that she got hurt in that water that day.
Here's the thing, man. Just because you come from shit, don't mean you got to be a piece of shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And Hunter, man, he is just like, he's going to end up just like his dad, if not dead. Okay.
I mean,
that boy is on a one-way shot to prison, and that do not pass go. Yeah. That's just how I feel when I see him. I know I've seen many a kid like him, little wannabe gangbanger. Yeah, listen, a little punk ass dude. Don't care, not thankful. Like, people were helping when he was lying about his mama and shit. It was like, oh my God, dude. And if you're going to lie about your mama, you know you'll lie about someone else.
He was having twins at one point.
Yeah, I mean, grifting money, him and his daddy on some, my mama dying shit. Yeah, I don't trust him at all. And, I do believe that Candace was sleeping with him.
I do too.
Kids these days, man. Kids these days. I don't know. Well, after he pulled the stuff with his mama, then I in the beginning, I kind of thought maybe he's telling the truth, maybe not. It's 50-50 on it. Now, after seeing his actions with his mama and all that stuff that went down, I'm pretty sure he knows something. Yeah. And he's just been covering this whole time because he don't want to implicate himself.
He knows something because when he got back, even his mom said that he was not the same. Like that he was
shaking and rocking.
Yeah.
If anybody, and Allie was just covering for her rotten ass kid. Right?
Yeah, plus
she's a mama bear. Rest in peace, Allie.
She knew that he was drinking with Candace, and she probably gave him drinks too. Like
everybody got on to Candace about Candace giving him drinks, but he had been drinking. Candace told me that personally. She said, "Look, that boy drank all the time. His mama didn't care that he was drinking and smoking and doing that stuff. So when she got it for him, she didn't think nothing of it. That's what she said. She said, if I hadn't got it, his mama would have got it for him." So they were allowing Hunter to smoke and drink and smoke.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Because you know that when Allie was there, friends with Candace still, they were all
they were all partying together, drinking together. Yeah. The kids, the him, you know what I'm saying? So it ain't like Candace said, it ain't like, she thought she was doing anything wrong by getting him one of those twisted iced teas. And ain't like she got a bottle of, Black Velvet and started sipping, liquor with the kid. But you know, when you go off alone and you're drinking with a kid, it almost seems
It's
like
weird, yeah.
it's weird. Like
Yep.
you're trying to.
Candace likes younger. That's another thing.
We
Her
know
friend
that.
told me.
Yeah, it wasn't just Hunter either. It wasn't the
Mm-mm.
only young man she was trying to
Yeah.
slither with, I guess is the word.
Slither.
Slither with.
Slide up into.
Slide up, right? She wasn't the only young man she was trying to slide up on. Was Hunter. Now there's other young boys. Listen, boys, y'all gotta check y'all's options out in them hills, okay? I'm telling you, there's better
Might not have
options.
any options.
There's options. I mean, I'd rather
Abstinence.
you can join me. Yeah, there you go. That's sometimes some things in life are better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But them kids out in them hollers must be getting lonely when they looking at Candace thinking, ooh, look at that fox. You know what I'm saying?
Be nice.
Not to pick on Candace. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know.
You know, for a young kid to go for a 40-year-old woman, she ain't even 40, is she? How old is Candace?
She's 40.
She aged like
She's my age.
Don looks like
She's my age.
Don looks like he's 100. Okay, he looks like he's 100 and somebody left him in the mountains and just found him. He looked like he could be Saddam Hussein's cousin. Right? He looked like they just dug his ass out of a hole with an AK-47. I'm like, what the hell happened to that man? Your kid goes missing, you instantly age 30 years?
Well, yeah, you know he's stressed trying to keep up with all his lies.
Holy old ass Don Wells. We ain't gonna be able to talk about him long. He'll be in the grave. We'll be looking for him. Where's Don? He dead.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Don't put that on that man.
That man is the oldest looking young dude I ever seen.
He's not that young though. He's like 57.
Yeah, Lord,
58. He's almost 60.
He almost crypt keeper. What the fuck you think? He old as hell. That shit stressed him all out.
But Candace is my age. That's the
Candace
part
is
that
looking better.
like,
Candace is looking better. Honestly, she was clean and she's looking better, which I'm glad to see because I'll be worried about Candace. Don, he's just old as hell, right? That's what drugs do to you, right?
Yeah,
they'll age you like terribly bad, like, and then you know the stress in life of.
That's what I said about meeting them was that when I was in the house with Candace, it felt like the air was heavy. Like you could, she's burdened.
Maybe she's burdened with, it could be either two things. She's done something and feels bad about it, or she ain't done nothing and she's sad about it.
Yeah.
Never once has a story been the same from any of them. From story to story, how can someone not once tell the truth of their own missing child? Because I'm going to tell y'all what I think happened. I think that little girl died from a heat stroke in the car. They leaned her up against the milk trying to cool her off. And then when they got home, or they got to the house and got to get her out the car and she was in there sleeping and she fell victim to a heat stroke. Candace came out, seen it, heard it, screamed. Jody Sue Brown heard that scream. Okay. And from there, she left the hill twice. Once to go get rid of Summer, then she came back, and then she left again like she was looking for Summer. That's why there's the scream. That's why she left at the hill twice. And I truly believe that I don't think they would hurt their kids. I do not think they would hurt their kids. Now, Don a weirdo? Probably so. Did he probably do something he wasn't supposed to? Maybe. But if he was like doing things to that kid, why would he off the kid if he was using that kid as a object? You see what I'm saying? Because
that eventually comes to the light when the kid's getting ready to go to school and talk about it.
Some people are molested by their parents for their whole lives. So why would he do away with what he was? If he was into that, why would he do away with that? I just think that this little girl accidentally met her death. And
you think the cops are that dumb they can't figure that out?
They can't figure out where she went. Yes, I think the cops are that damn dumb. I do. I truly think they're that damn dumb. And they covered it up. They just covered it up. And that's why you see them sometimes they look sad because they're living with that. That's a lot to live with if you didn't kill the little girl and you had to cover it up. Now you're just thinking, damn, if I would have been paying attention to my kid, maybe she would be here. And you would carry that regret.
And they wouldn't tell a single soul or slip up anywhere with anybody.
Listen,
and get wasted to the point where you're freaking
We both know they're dysfunctional, but we both know they love each other. Don't think Don and Candace love each other?
They're ride or die.
They ride or die to death.
I don't know what your definition of love is.
I mean, it's dysfunctional love. It's dysfunctional love.
They're stuck with each other because they have to.
But would you say they're together till they die?
Yes.
I would too. Okay, so that's why they ain't telling it. right? They a team. They're a team for sure. Dysfunctional ass team, but they a team.
When you get completely obliterated and wasted out of your mind, it's almost humanly impossible not to slip up a little. And with Don even slipping up without being completely sloshed, how would he just have kept that in like that? I don't think it's humanly possible. I don't.
Then why haven't they told on herself unless they're
because
innocent?
they're telling on themselves when they talk, when they say certain things they say.
I mean, sloppy drunk, they don't tell on themselves. Never once. I mean, you heard them up there, couldn't even hardly talk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And never told on themselves. And I think a lot of YouTubers, they do this. They're like, okay, we'll get them up here while they're drunk, and they're going to end up telling it. But they never do.
Or
right?
they befriend them thinking they're going to tell it eventually.
Yeah, they're going to tell you. They're not. You know what I'm saying?
They might call you in the middle of the night drunk to tell you that they wish that they were with Summer when, what did she say? She said, I wish I was back there when she was playing with that truck.
Or playing near the truck.
Near the truck. Or behind the truck.
I always thought something was up with that.
And
still to this day.
That was after she was wasted.
She was tore
It
up
was
from
like
floor
1:45 in the morning.
Yeah.
And she was just, oh, I wish I had. But you know what? Now that I re-listened to all the stuff she said with Ernie and how she was like she was going to die that day, she was acting. So who's to say she wasn't?
I don't know if she was acting that night. She was on the phone. That bitch was drunk. She was tore up.
At this point, like, I don't, because that's the difference between you and me. You would still sit there and believe it. To me, more likely than not,
well, I don't believe the digging up the driveway, because I know she was in that lady's driveway.
Yeah.
But far as her being drunk, yeah, she was drunk. If you can fake drunk being that drunk that good, you good. Yeah. Like Hollywood, Golden Globes, you name it.
I think she can.
Yeah, that's letting something slip. But let's just say even she, her regrets, because she was talking about regrets when she was talking. The conversation was about regret. We regret this. And she started talking about her regrets.
Yeah.
And so it always made me think that something happened to Summer near that truck. Now, I can tell you now, it's weird because when I was out there with Don, we naturally walked right over to that truck. And when you get behind that truck, there's a straight ass drop off the side of a mountain. Mm-hmm. I mean, it ain't straight down. It's a little bit of a hill. Right, but you couldn't walk down it. If you stepped over it, you would fall and roll your ass all the way with trees and fucking old bikes and broken shit. I mean, like a death trap, right? I mean, really, legitimately like a death trap. Don Wells could have pushed me off that bitch. I'd still be dead. Okay, be in the hospital wishing I was dead because there was so much stuff to hit on the way down. Is there something that is there something to that? Was Summer over there
in relation to the dog path?
Okay, where the dog trail is?
Yeah.
It's on the other side of the house. Like if the barn, okay, the shed that's on Beach Creek is here. Okay. Yeah. You go up the hill and the house sits up here on the hill. Right? So the house sits up here. It's on the front, the back side of the house.
Okay.
That side drops straight down.
Right.
This side goes down to where that little barn is.
Yeah.
And then the other side goes down to where the street is.
Right.
But it's the side facing Beach Creek on the side of their house. So if you was looking at the dungeon door to the right where Grandis had her camper, but behind it.
Yeah.
If you went behind it about 20 feet, there was a truck that sat there. And beside that truck is a sheer damn roll to your death. You ain't climbing up it. You know what I'm saying? You're not running up that part.
No.
So
you're barely going to run up the driveway. I'm sorry.
Well, you can make it up the dog trail because anybody that's seen my video when I found the sign, that was the dog trail. Okay, I was going up the dog trail. I didn't know it at the time that I was on the dog trail. I just was like, yo, is that something in the woods? And it was a big banner of Summer Wells, but it was hidden, covered by trees. And remember the first time I went, I called them and said, I haven't talked to them. I said, look, I'm out here. Can I at least clean off the banner so people could see it? Mm-hmm. And they never hit me back. But her friend hit me back and said, they don't want you on the property. So I ran up to the banner and I came back down. But that shows you somebody could run up the dog trail.
Yeah.
You could get up it. It's steep, but you could make it up it. But I doubt anything like that happened, to be honest. Because in order to go up that dog trail and to kidnap Summer out the house, and remember Candace said she was sitting outside with Grandis, they would have had to go right past Candace and Grandis to get Summer out the house.
Yeah.
And I just don't see that because
I don't either.
And then to get out of the house, they had to go right past her again. So
and then all them dogs.
I believe that they went to the grocery store. They got home. They went in the house, started popping pills because Grandis had them. Right? They left Summer in the car, 80 degrees on a day, right? When it's 80 degrees outside, that's 120 degrees in the car. That's plenty enough to kill you from a heat stroke.
Yeah, and I actually thought that.
I sat out there in my car, right? In that little blue clown car that they rented me. And it was the same date as Summer went missing. I had the AC off and the window cracked and I almost died. I mean,
you like that temperature.
And that's what I'm saying. PJ, I tell you, I'm used to the heat. I keep it warm. I get cold really easy. So when I say it's hot, it's hot. I'm talking about Vegas 125 was, I could walk around in 120. It was hot.
Oh,
it was hot. But it wasn't
like a lizard.
But I'm used to being in the heat and I like it warm. I sleep with tons of blankets and shit on me. I just like to stay warm. It was hot enough that you could die in a vehicle that day.
Yeah, but
if you were left for a couple hours,
and you think there would be no trace of you if you just passed away in a vehicle and then got disposed of somehow, you think there would be no trace of you?
Here's the thing. I had to do some research, but Dolly studies every now and then. Kids will have a heat stroke way quicker, twice as fast as an adult. Okay.
I know that. That's why they have febrile seizures, because when their body overheats.
Absolutely. My brother Mike, rest in peace to Mike before he died. We was at a job site one day and we were working together and he had a heat stroke. It wasn't even that hot. It wasn't even that hot. Breezy outside and everything. We were outside. He had a heat stroke, fell right out.
Well, that's because it's not just how hot it is, it's how much water
in your body. How much water, how much you sweat. They say when you stop sweating, it's dangerous.
That's heat stroke.
Yeah, your heat stroke level. Then your body don't have a way to cool itself off, right? Because she had been in a car all day sweating, so she done sweated out all the fluids in her. Right? It don't take that long, believe it or not, to sweat out the fluid that's in your body, and then boom, she fell victim to heat stroke.
You have certain things that occur once you pass,
and you can tell she was hot because see how she was laid up against the milk. You know why she was laid against the milk like that? Because she was trying to cool herself off.
See, I like
because milk comes out the freezer. They keep it cold.
Yeah.
So when she got she leaned over onto the milk trying to cool herself off.
Didn't she still
because
have
her body
wasn't on, though?
She still had on that long sweep, like the plastic shit too. It's almost like when you work out and like even for martial arts, because I trained martial arts for years. When you cut weight, they have these plastic suits you put on. It's almost like a sweatsuit, but it's a little more plastic. So no air gets in and you naturally sweat more in it. So she was in an outfit that was making her sweat too.
Yeah.
So it's almost basically like she was sitting back there cutting weight. Yeah. And any fighter knows cutting weight or sweating like that can kill you. Even I knew it when I was fighting because I used to cut to 147 pounds for jiu-jitsu matches. And you had to be real careful because you're slowly stop drinking water to cut that weight. And then you're sweating and you don't have much water, much way to cool your body. You could have a stroke. You could have a heat stroke. Your organs can shut down from sweating all the fluids out of you, kidneys, everything. So it's really dangerous sweating that profusely and dress so warm on a hot day in a car. And then, Hunter, the second time he came out, he said that the AC was on. That's what he said in his second interview when he came back out when Allie was dying. He said, "No, the AC was on. Car wasn't hot." The first interview, he said there was no AC, nothing on.
Effect? I don't remember.
That is what he said. And when he came back, when Allie died, he said somebody asked him, "Was it hot in the car that day?" And he goes, "No, the AC was on." That's what he said.
Wow.
Now, that would make almost sense because why would Summer be dressed so warm? Because she was cold.
She was swimming.
And okay, if I go swimming, what happens to me?
You get cold
I get cold instantly. Boom, instantly. I don't care if it's 300 degrees outside. It can be 105 degrees. I jump in some water. As soon as I step out that water, I'm shivering cold.
We don't even have 1,000 likes.
Well, what? Oh,
There
Lord.
is 1,400 people.
If we don't get these likes up, somebody might go missing.
I'm
and it ain't going to be me, okay?
Damn sure ain't gonna be me.
Somebody's going missing. So y'all better hit that like button.
757.
You know, okay, look.
Half of y'all didn't hit the like.
7. Okay, here.
I
We
quit.
gotta give them time. We gotta give them time.
Well, how much
They
time
might
did
have
we
forgot.
need?
They might have forgot, PJ.
We've been here for an hour.
They may have forgot to hit the like.
No.
Okay, listen. Let's ask them this. Look, hit the like button, okay? And then once you hit the like button, only after you hit the like button, don't be cheating either, because I got PJ watching you. All right,
I'm watching.
She's staring. I want y'all to shout out in the chat room where you're watching beautiful PJ and my ugly face from. Okay, so now it's time to represent your city, your town, your hood, but make sure you like the video first, because it helps us get out of the rhythm. It helps new people come into the room, and we can't hit 100K without you. Okay, this is a team effort. I see Minnesota, North Carolina's in the house. PJ, Oklahoma,
I saw someone say the truck had
Iowa,
no AC.
Nashville,
And that's what I
Tennessee,
thought.
Minnesota. I'm just saying what the kid said. He said the second interview he did after all this, he said that the AC was on in the vehicle.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Kentucky's in the house. North Dakota's in the house. Of course, we got Indiana. Virginia. I'm coming in Virginia. Michigan, Colorado, California, Nashville. Okay, we were just there in Nashville.
Just there.
Beautiful place, good times. Knoxville, Bama, Colorado. Cindy just jumped on the train. She says, hello, PJ.
Thank you.
This is for your coffee fund.
Oh, thank you.
We just had some Starbucks tonight, too. We went out for
That's my
Starbucks. We got some more Nashville. We got Ohio, Arkansas, Tennessee, British Columbia's in the house. Booger Holler, Alabama. I don't know where the hell that's at, but hey, Oklahoma,
You might need your
Pennsylvania.
glasses.
I might, because I swear it said Booger Holler. I was like, Booger Holler? Where the hell is that at? I see Danville, Virginia in the house. You see my baby mama back over like Karen Reed. I'm just playing. Texas, the comfort of my bed. All right, cool. Indiana, San Antonio. You guys are awesome. It's good to see y'all all over the country, PJ. Everybody's
I'm
from
looking
everywhere.
for that Boogerville just because I want to see what it actually
St.
says.
George, Utah. I could have said it said Booger Holler, Alabama.
I gotta find
All right,
it. I gotta
Australia,
find it.
Missouri, Georgia's in the house. So when we open the phone lines, we'll jump back into the Summer Wells stuff, okay?
Yeah,
Because I want to roll into a little bit of this Karen.
I do too.
Karen Reed stuff before it gets too late. I started like this. Damn, mistrial. You know what I'm saying? Mistrial, all that 30 days, court TV, getting up, listening to that boring shit
I want my
every
life
day,
back. Yeah.
right?
I sat there and listened to all of it while it occurred. You just fast forwarded at the end of the day and listened to all of it in fast mode. I literally sat there. I couldn't even listen in fast motion.
Well, when I tried to
mad.
listen to it, see, because I was going to cover it every day, but it kept boring me to sleep. I literally fell asleep here one day snoring on the live stream. It was
Yeah.
right. That's
I
how boring
remember.
it was to me.
I had to
Karen,
call you to wake you up. I remember.
right. So I found out that if I wait till it ends at the end of the day,
It's easier.
and
I
I
know.
play it at 2 times speed,
It's easier.
it don't put me to sleep, and I can keep up with it all. So I really watched the whole trial in half time.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
It's brilliant. Good job.
I just didn't watch it live because
I listened
watching it
to
live put me to
and
sleep.
It was miserable.
I'm happy to see the 2.
My brain has
Love
been
y'all
exhausted.
from Phoenix. It's hot here. Well, man, I like hot weather, you know, so I would like Phoenix. It was a little chilly here
I'm
today.
telling you right now, stop telling everybody I'm going to Florida.
We're
in
going to
August.
Florida
I'm not.
in August. PJ's gonna be all sweaty and drippy wet, right? Like a soggy, you know, when you get shredded wheat and it's been set in the milk for like 3
Why are you
3
trying
hours.
to roast me on a live right now?
I
It's
just
not
saying
nice.
you're gonna be soggy like
I'm
that.
not going. You're gonna go by yourself.
Nope. Wendy says $4.99. She's jumping on the train. Thank you, Wendy.
Thank
Come
you.
aboard. Get up here with us. Okay, Karen Reed mistrial. 12 jurors had her guilty for manslaughter. 2 were holding with innocent. 2 people held this whole damn case up in the Karen Reed case, and now it got to be retried. And her lawyer has got some problems with his wife.
Oh,
He effed up big time.
wife number
Look,
5.
so many people came in here. You know, when this first happened and he was seen with his wife, Dolly was one of the earliest channels on YouTube to bring that out.
I didn't see anyone else really cover it like
Nobody covered it,
I
right?
didn't.
So many people are in
And
here
a lot of people are still afraid to touch it. I saw a channel today post a community post that said, everybody keeps telling me that it's fake, so I just took my post down, but I don't know if it's fake or not. I saw it on Daily Mail. It's not fake. What they're thinking is fake is the CapCut AI program where you can edit videos to go into a loop or to well, they utilize that and put it onto Twitter. And so somebody took that and ran it to their background check to see if it was a legitimate piece of evidence or whatever. And it came back that it had suspicious software attached to it. That's because that was not the original photo. The live photo, that was the original live photo, was checked. That's why now it's in Daily Mail and New York Post and all the somewhat credible sources of news, I guess,
are reporting it. So all
as truth.
So all
And
people,
you really think that the freaking Alan Jackson, the high-end lawyer, would sit here and allow that if it was not true, if it was a deep fake? I still have people arguing with it about it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so
like, so many people gave me a hard time, like, Dolly, you're out here putting out misinformation and this, and I was like, no, that looks just like Karen Reed.
That was her.
And that looks just like Alan Jackson.
That was him.
And this man got a handful of titty. Okay? Like, come to Florida in October. My art has been accepted at 2 different spooky events. And here are some more coffee funds.
Thank you.
Oh, Lord, you're going to have a super
What
cup
kind
of coffee.
Art? She's got spooky art. That sounds
okay,
like fun.
and Paula is a new member. Welcome, Paula. Welcome on. Come on, Paula. You can get on the train with us. Where was I going? Karen Reed.
Yeah, Karen Reed. The pictures.
The pictures, you know. And
they're not fake.
People actually unsubbed the channel and was getting mad at me.
I
Like,
know.
Dolly, how dare you, right? And all I did was bring the information. Don't shoot the messenger. You know what I'm saying? Don't shoot the messenger. I didn't make that lady go hug up with him. You know what I'm saying? So now he's back in LA with his wife, and he's not going to be your lawyer for the second trial.
I have my sunglasses on because my head hurts. People are
right. So Alan Jackson, he won't be there for part 2.
No.
But he did say, when, you know, a lot of people are saying this now, but at the last day of court, they said, well, you know, we're going to do this hearing to see where we go next on the 22nd, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said he was going to be there via Skype. Why would he be there if he's not?
I don't know that he said that. Did he?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes. He said, I got a case out in LA. Right. This is how much all these people say I don't watch the shit.
Yeah, no, I know you watch it.
Right. So he said he had a case out in LA that he was going to be in court in LA. And the other lawyer said, well, he could be there with Karen Reed and he would join.
There.
Huh?
Yannetti's going to be there in person.
Yeah. But Alan is going to be there via Skype.
I think that might be because it's technically still part of the case.
Or he didn't know that he was stepping down at that point.
I don't know.
You know, because, you know, the picture's coming out, him groping another woman when he's a married man.
Yeah.
That's pretty damaging.
I can't imagine that would go over well with wife number 5.
Wife number 5, yeah. So apparently he don't care, right? And that's what it is. You've been married 5 times. You apparently
not in the marriage thing.
Marriage, some people it don't mean nothing to. It's like dating to some people, you know. They don't believe in that to death do you part.
I mean,
through sickness and health and good times and bad. They don't believe that shit. So not only that, but there's information coming out about Karen Reed paying people to be on her side.
Yeah,
that she's paid influencers.
I knew that already.
To run,
we've been there. Known that.
To run her narrative. But the thing is, she stopped paying them, and now they're coming out. That's the thing about when you start paying people
of lies.
When you start paying people, and then you cut off the money, they ain't on your side no more. Okay, that's just how it works. They're like, okay, you ain't gonna give me this money, then I'm telling it. And then they start trying to extort money out of you. If you don't pay me, I'm gonna let the world know that you paid this big ass YouTuber that everybody watches out there. I think I know who they're talking about. PJ, we talked about that at dinner.
Yeah, well, they didn't say YouTuber. They said social media
Influencer. It's a damn YouTuber.
So I don't know.
It's a YouTuber.
There's been a lot
and there's only one person that rakes in the views off and is a Karen Reed simp.
Yeah.
Well, there's two people. But one of them is a woman. I believe the woman is who they're talking about. They're not talking about Turtle Boy.
No, because
they're talking about a woman. And I ain't gonna say the woman's name just in case I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I know which damn woman it is that's took money from the Karen Reed team.
I think it's the Olivia lady.
I mean, I'm not going.
She's on Twitter, basically doing all the work for who's who and what. And
I think it's a YouTuber, 100% a YouTuber, and a female YouTuber, and does really, really big views off of this case. And I think that's who they went to. And I think that's who they paid. YouTube, everybody watches. TikTok and shit, people watch it.
You're talking about the former DA?
I'm not going to say no people. I'm just saying it's a woman and she's a YouTuber. Okay. Yeah. And I believe that is the woman who has been paid, because why get out there and simp for Karen Reed when you know she did it? Okay. If you that intelligent, why would you simp for her?
I don't know.
Because you're being paid. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I ain't being paid. You don't see me simping for her. I'm like, Karen Reed did it. Right? Send me a check. I'll be like, Karen Reed didn't do it. How dare y'all blame that innocent lady?
A Big Bird said ML, her initials. But she's also an attorney. She would have issues. That's why I don't care what
you know what people got issue with is money. Money talks, bullshit walks. Somebody pays you, say some crazy shit. You trust me. Let the money be big enough. Right? Yeah. And we know she's dealing with big money. She raised $400,000.
It's $406,000 right
now. Well, $406,000, but you get the point, right? These people are taking money out here. YouTubers, they did it in the Summer Wells case. Took money. BK was taking money from Tim Mullins.
I know there's an NDAs, but
you got Tony taking money from damn Seth. Oh yeah, right. I mean, it's all these types of things are going on out here. You just got to know it. It's like they ran a misinformation campaign.
Yeah, that's how you get out of shit. You just hire a bunch of people
to create
direct traffic the opposite way.
To create doubt. Yeah, they did a real good job of that. And I'm sure it cost her father a lot of damn money.
It's pretty much like a trolling campaign.
So she's paying creators. We knew she was paying Turtle Boy. Mm-hmm. Right, we've been known that.
He got a brand new Lexus.
Yeah, he got that allegedly. Lexus. He got that. Allegedly that Lexus.
Most likely, truthfully, but allegedly.
So he got paid out of it, right? And these other creators are saying they got paid, but we also hearing she's cut the money off.
Right, because it's no longer a case technically.
Well, it's about to be again.
Yeah, but
because what John O'Keefe said they're never letting it go.
Paul, yeah, he did an interview that was horrible.
Yeah, his brother, John O'Keefe's brother. That's what I'm saying. He said he ain't never letting this shit go. They're going to prosecute her.
Because they know that she did it.
Yeah, they know they did it. Matter of fact, I'm going to pull that up real fast, and we're going to take a little look at a little bit of this, the brother, before we get into taking phone calls. All right, let's share this right here with the great people out here in YouTube land that better be liking this damn video. Okay, we could be out shooting off fireworks right now. Okay, how many we're at?
962.
962. All right, we're 40 likes away from 1,000. I'm sure there's 40 of you out there that can do me a solid and hit the like on this video. All right, you're awesome. You're awesome. Don't leave me hanging. I done said you're awesome. Don't be unawesome. Don't do it. All right, let's check this out. Let's add this to the stage. Let's blow this up. And of course, this is John O'Keefe's brother speaks out. First time following Karen Reed mistrial. Let's get into it.
My first question is obvious. Just how are you doing? How's your family doing?
I mean, we're doing all right, hanging in there. It's been a long, painful 2.5 years. And I mean, with the mistrial that happened the other day, obviously wasn't ideal, but if we have to do it again, we'll do it again.
They do it again. I don't blame them. I would
Did
do it too. She went to jail too.
prior to jury deliberations ever think a mistrial was even possible?
I kept everything was on the table, I guess, but obviously hoping and confident that we were going to get the conviction that we were looking for. So as far as a mistrial, yes,
It was close. I mean, 10-2.
That's pretty close, yeah.
You know, I guess that's why Bev kept sending them back, because it was only 2 people, and the majority was, for to convict her.
Well, I heard it just was typical to send it back up to 3 times. So I don't know necessarily.
I can't believe with 2 people they couldn't reach an agreement. So somebody was just a Karen Reed supporter from like all out,
Mm-hmm.
Was Turtle Boy on the jury?
something we didn't want, obviously, but it's just a bump in the road, and like I said, we'll do it again.
She must have been paying the jurors too.
You'll be back in court every day for another long trial.
Absolutely.
How are your parents?
They're doing all right. That's more of my concern, is that they have to go through this again.
Yeah, that sucks for his parents. Look,
His mom.
he stared Karen Reed down for what, 30 days? I mean, if he just looked like if he could bite her in the head, he would have.
He was imagining her face exploding. The way
He looked so mad every day. He looked heated, boy. And I don't blame him. That's his brother. And he has to look at this woman lie. Emilio, welcome aboard. Webster, Massachusetts is Dolly's territory. I like Boston. I like Mass. A lot of people give it a hard time. I enjoy the people there. I don't think everybody's Kool-Aid drinkers. Even the people that drank the Kool-Aid were nice. They just believed Karen Reed was innocent. A lot of good people up there. A lot of good food, smoke shops. People are cool. I really enjoy Mass. I like it better than I like New Hampshire. Dead honest. New Hampshire is loaded with zombies. Everybody there is a crackhead.
Oh, Lord.
That's what I seen. They all look like Kayla Montgomery.
Dang.
All look like they're on drugs. At least Boston, the people look like they sober.
No, I'll do it 10 more times if I have to, but I hate the fact that they have to go through this all again. We don't know where it's going to happen, when it's going to happen. But
Mass holes.
Overall, they're doing okay.
Mm-hmm. And they have John's kids now too, or your sister's kids.
What's up, Steve?
Yeah, they're living in my brother's house in Canton. Raising my niece and nephew, who are 16 and 13. I wanted them to come down here and live with us, but my niece didn't want to leave Canton, didn't want to leave her friends, didn't want to leave.
Oh, well, yeah, Big Bird's awesome. She's from New Hampshire. I'm just saying in general, Big Bird, I'm sure New Hampshire has a lot of great people. You're there. You're a great person. I'm just saying y'all's town, that inner city, had a lot of zombies. Had a lot of zombies. That ain't no other way. They them crackheads, they float around like they're zombies.
Yeah.
They're just looking for something to steal.
Her house, and kind of hard to force a kid who's been through as much as they've been through to kind of shake up their world, for I guess a third time.
Yeah, I mean, can you just talk about Kaylee and Patrick? I mean, they, because we didn't put them on camera or anything, of course, during the trial, I had a lot of people ask me, what were they like? And they seemed like, for a reason, very, very strong kids.
Thank you for the 1,000 likes, guys. We appreciate it. Mad love to you. Big virtual hugs.
They're great kids. They're strong kids. They're resilient kids. They have every excuse in the world not to be good kids. My niece Kaylee, super strong. When asked if she wanted to testify, we told them they didn't have to, and she said absolutely she wants to. She wanted her voice heard, her story heard.
Amen to that.
Listen to her.
Brave kid.
Because she was, 14 at the time, that no one wanted to listen to her. So she was strong and insisted on doing it. And my nephew was, he wanted to support her. So he said, if she does it, I'll do it. So I'm proud of them both for doing what they did. Yeah.
Yeah, they're really strong when they got on the stand. It was amazing.
That was one thing that the defense said badly about them.
Do you feel comfortable telling me just
What, that they shouldn't have put the kids on the
Yeah,
stand?
like that they were saying they were monsters for making the kids go through this.
No,
and,
because
like,
she wasn't good to the kids. People needed to hear that they were fighting. That
I don't think
he
she
didn't
was
want to be with her
necessarily not good to the kids to their face, but she
behind the
clearly
back.
didn't
Yeah,
want
she
the
didn't like
kids
them.
and
She didn't
like
want them.
them. She
Yeah,
was asking John to spend time without them.
yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Like, he had them kids in his life before you.
Yeah.
It ain't like you came into his life and he acquired 2 kids. He had those 2 kids before you came into his
They
life.
dated before he took on the kids, and then so when they reconciled, he
Yeah,
had
but
the kids,
still.
but she knew he had those kids.
She knew.
She
yeah.
even said in her interview on that line that was what she found admirable about him. So what did she think?
She liked it, but then she didn't like it.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. He's a single dad. He's a good dude, but I don't like the fact that he got kids. That shit is crazy.
From all that you've learned over the last 2.5 years, like what you think happened that night?
Oh, we know what happened. We know that Johnny and Karen were arguing. It was
They know what happened.
Towards the end of their relationship, things weren't well. They were drinking and arguing and fighting, and in an intoxicated state of rage and jealousy, she just decided that she was going to do something about it, and put the car in reverse and ran him down and left him there to die. And we figured it out as soon as she left the house that day. When she came over, we didn't talk to any investigators, state police, nobody. My mother had said, "Do you think she had something to do with this?" And I said, "We're not going to think like that." Went outside to the driveway to look at her car, and her car was gone. It was a blizzard. I knew what the driving conditions were like coming from the hospital in Canton.
Okay. So we got a commercial real quick. Let me cut this down.
So he's basically saying that she took her car
back
to Dighton, which is a much further drive. Mm-hmm. So we put it together pretty quickly.
I was going to ask you that next. So you took words out of my mouth. It was like, when did you realize? It was literally that morning.
Yeah. So I would say early afternoon when they came back to the house. She wanted to come over and see the kids. Didn't really interact with them at all. Was there for probably a total of 30 minutes. Didn't say much or anything. And half of her time was upstairs gathering her things. Then my wife spoke to her on the phone on their way back to Dighton, and she told my wife that just have to remember the bad times, and I don't think I'm ever going to talk to you guys again.
Never going to talk to them again. We'll have to remember the bad times.
Yeah.
Like, why would she say, "I'm never going to talk to you guys again" at that point? Right? That because she knew she wasn't never looking back.
She was out.
Yeah, she was like, this is done. See you later.
Does that mean
she didn't want to be a part of their life to begin with?
Exactly. The last set of messages between her and John was basically saying that she didn't think that the 4 of them needed to be together as often, and that she was going to try and limit the times that she spent with him and the kids, because they argued over stuff regarding the kids. Mm-hmm. He didn't agree with her taking the kids to donuts for breakfast or something.
This is John O'Keefe's brother, Paul.
And so basically she was trying to separate herself from having the kids as a responsibility with her. And she was basically telling him, "Hey, we need to just, hang out, only me and you. I'm not going to come over as often because, the kids, I'm not so much into it." So that's really telling that she's now completely separated herself to the point where this incident occurs and she's like, "Peace out. I'm never going to see y'all again."
It's basically saying the only reason I was in your life is because of John. Now that he's gone, I ain't in your life no more. Peace.
Yeah.
Was that phone call what made you sure of what had happened?
Absolutely, yeah. We already, like I said, we put the pieces together on our own, and that just really solidified it. Why would somebody
selfish witch
say, if you didn't do anything, why would you say you're never going to talk to us again? Or why do you have to remember the bad times? Almost like justifying what you did.
Right. How would you have expected her to act in that situation? If
Sad, upset,
Sad.
Karen.
More sad, empathetic.
I agree.
sympathetic. But like I said, when she was at the house, she barely said a word.
Right, sympathetic.
She wanted to be there for the kids. My nephew came home. My niece was already home by the time she got there, and her family arrived. And I sat down, my nephew in the other room, she sat right next to him. I explained to him that JJ's, something happened and he's no longer with us. She didn't say a word. And right after that, she went upstairs and started gathering her belongings. And the next thing you know, they were gone.
So she didn't even hang out and chop it up and nothing.
Nah.
She was like, let me get my stuff. I'm out. Peace.
So, but why did she even want to be there when they told the kid then? It doesn't make sense. It's like two contradicting statements. Is she wanted to be there for the kids and then she got there, sat, and was out?
Well, maybe that was her original thing. I meant, the kids. And really, she just wanted to get over there, get her shit, and get out.
Right.
Right. And that's what's her, oh, yeah, I miss the kids, blah, and then let me get over to get my shit. And then it's F y'all.
Yeah.
Once she had her stuff, she just wanted to make sure she could get her stuff.
These poor kids, man.
That's what I believe.
That's, wow.
Narrative of her version of events become known to you?
Well, if you remember her first arraignment in Stoughton District Court, her attorney, David Unetti, had said this is a tragic accident. His client had no criminal intent.
Yeah.
And then,
and she did it, but didn't mean to.
When Alan Jackson came on board.
Then he didn't do it.
They teamed up with a blogger to get their story that they concocted and put together.
And he pushed the narrative. The YouTube creators pushed the narrative.
Yep.
So the reason there ain't no justice for John O'Keefe right now is because of these people. That's what how I look at it. There should have been justice, and there ain't. And look, them people that did that, look how much, not only did she hurt this family, but everybody that ran her narrative hurt that family.
Yeah, they did.
You
see his mama
all these Karen Reed
court when they declared that mistrial.
Yeah, see her face.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's terrible. It is heartbreaking.
And that blogger in particular was in there with them.
F his mama. And why do we got to be nice to old people?
Oh my
He said some of the most disgusting, foul things. John's brother is absolutely right. The reason they don't got justice right now is because of the people that took money and ran false narratives on the internet and started pushing that conspiracy to thousands and thousands of people. That is the reason there's no justice for John O'Keefe right now. Justice is coming for John O'Keefe. I believe that.
I don't believe Karen attended his funeral.
Right? I believe it's coming. It's going to take a little while to get it, but these people will get a little. They won't get full justice.
If she went to his funeral, and I don't think she did.
Put it out there.
She didn't do nothing for
People
him.
are only hearing one side of the story and coming to conclusions.
Last thing she said to him was, "I hate you, and you're a perv."
Yeah.
Before actual evidence in the trial had actually begun. So a lot of the public was misinformed, because they were only getting one side of the story. And, we didn't come out and tell our side of the story or, what we thought or knew happened. We've kept a low profile and have been silent through this whole ordeal.
They ain't silent now. That's what's going to hang her in the next one.
Yeah.
Now it's time. Now it's time for people to understand the truth.
Her looks will fade. I agree.
And
she's not even that.
I don't think she's that pretty
really
either.
That pretty?
We thank them. They did a great job. They put in a lot of hours, paid a lot of attention, worked hard. Unfortunately, they weren't able to come to, a consensus as far as a verdict goes. But, we have another chance at it, and hopefully, the jury that we get for the second time around will, we'll see things more clearly.
Okay. I hope so too. They definitely maybe they should move it.
Just so I'm clear, you think this all started when Alan Jackson showed up, and Karen, throughout the course of this trial, you think she knows what she did?
She knows exactly what she did, and she's
amen
trying to buy and lie her way out of this. refusing to take accountability for her actions. Not only that, but pointing the finger and blaming innocent people.
Yeah, talk to me about that. I mean, because the thing is,
that is what's so bad is them blaming other people.
Oh, she didn't do it. It's she didn't do it, and all these other people did.
Yeah, I mean, she's pointing the finger at everybody. Everyone's lying except for her, according to her. I think we had 67 witnesses testify. 68. I'm sorry,
That's
testify. Right. And according to them, they're all lying and they're not credible, and which, I mean,
68 people ain't lying. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
So many people heard her say, I hit him. And then it turned into, could I hit him? And then when she was first charged, they were saying she accidentally did it. She didn't mean to do it, so they could get her a bond.
Well, she said in her
Then they get her a
words.
bond and she goes to court. Then when she goes to court, she didn't do it at all.
She said in her own words, I was thinking to myself, what if I had clipped him and in his drunken rage, he's out somewhere? Like,
why would he be in a drunken rage? Yeah.
There's first responders that were just doing their job that day. Jen McCabe, Kerry Roberts.
Chat is saying the video sound on the interview is low. They can't hear it.
It's low? As loud as we can get it.
I've seen 3 people say they can't hear the video very good.
Well, they need to turn their shit up because it's loud as it goes.
Turn your shit up.
It's as loud as it goes. It's absolutely as loud as it goes.
Help. And according to them,
all the way up,
telling the truth is her.
Right. So I don't even know what to call them. We have a variety of names. The pink people.
The pink people, the cult members.
First, Jen McCabe, Matt McCabe. But then, how have they treated you guys over the course of the last
terrible
year?
Booing them.
Well, if you just go back to any video of us walking into court during pretrial hearings, yelling, screaming, calling us names.
I turned it down a little bit.
To this day, I don't know what I did wrong.
Right?
I get messages all the time, whether through Facebook or other ways of communication, telling me that I'm a moron, I'm stupid, need to open my eyes and all this stuff. But I ignore those. I don't really care what people say to me because this isn't about me. This is about my brother. And I like to think I know a little bit more of what's going on in the case than, people that are just reading stuff on the internet. And there's been things said about me, accusations about me, all types of things that just aren't true. But again,
and people are crazy.
Yeah, they are.
So if these people buy into this big conspiracy, right, that Brian Albert's a murderer or whoever, okay, if they buy into that, why are they turning on you guys? Has that ever made sense to you?
Because we don't believe in a crazy conspiracy theory that holds no merit, no evidence. I mean, we know these people. I mean, Jen McCabe has been a family friend of ours. She was friends with my sister. We've known her for over 10 years. She was very helpful with, picking Kaylee up to and fro when he took over.
Yeah, like why would that lady lie?
Kids.
And why would she kill somebody to ruin her life
right? And at the
for
time,
no reason?
Jen McCabe.
Right. Why would she look up how long does it take to die at 2 o'clock in the morning? Even
that Jen said, and the defense, I think, was scared of her and didn't even want to ask her any questions. They just wanted her off the stand. And I guess the negative or hate that's directed towards me, mostly me and my mother, is because we support these people who are
innocent,
falsely accused of something they didn't do, right? And their lives have been turned upside down and partially ruined. Colin Albert, who was a 17-year-old kid at the time, his life has been turned upside down and ruined. I've gotten to know the Alberts through all this, and they're all good people. So just because we don't believe in a crazy conspiracy theory and we believe that Karen Reed is guilty of killing my brother, they take it on us.
Yeah, they do.
Listen,
here's my biggest thing with all of it. Very from the beginning. It wasn't if Karen Reed walked or not. what made me so angry is how they treated the family.
Yeah.
Like they had nothing to do with him dying, no matter how he died.
They were just angry that the family didn't accept their opinion.
Yeah, like if you ain't with them, it's
you're
F
against
you.
them.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. So they don't keep an open mind to things. They believe this conspiracy. And John O'Keefe's family's just like me. They don't believe it. They don't believe the conspiracy happened. There's too many moving parts. They know that. They're not. He don't see. Does he seem like an unintelligent guy?
No.
He seems like a pretty bright, smart guy. Pretty calm for the situation, handling it great.
Right.
I mean, like, and this just shows you how John O'Keefe was. You know, John O'Keefe had to be a great guy. Look how he loved his family. He was there for his family. Look at this dude every day in the court. He's there for his brother, even though his brother's gone. This is a loving, caring family.
9 weeks worth of life right there.
John O'Keefe came from a good bloodline of loving, caring people. Is what it is. Normal, good cops and stuff. You know, trying to help make a difference.
I just can't believe these poor kids.
Yeah, the kids. Oh my God, they had the worst. But still, they still got a lot of good family left. So they in good hands. That's for sure.
Times like your brother's forgotten in all of this.
Absolutely, all the time. It's turned into the Karen Reed show.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You know, she
amen.
Walks through a crowd that cheers her on. She goes out in public, takes pictures,
waves like she's the damn president, like she's running. It's sad. It's sad to see
really sad.
A family not get no justice while this lady becomes rich and a rock star behind it.
And she doesn't even look like, I could see if she was like the girl next door.
Yeah, she'd
like,
spit on you if you was on fire.
She looks like she's mean.
She wouldn't, she wouldn't stop to help you. She's just some bougie old rich woman that thinks she can buy people off and say whatever, right? Like, I don't know.
Signs autographs. She's just living her life like nothing's ever happened. And meanwhile, my brother's been gone for almost 2.5 years. And I just want people to go back to who the victim is in this. It's not her. It's my brother.
What do you want people to know about John? You call him Johnny. Kids call him JJ.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, my older brother. So, I mean, generous, loyal, sometimes a pain in the ass to me. I'm sorry, pain in the butt to me.
You can say pain in the ass.
Just because he was my older brother, but he just was there if you needed him. He took care of the people that he loved. Good-hearted guy.
You can tell he was a good-hearted guy.
Mm-hmm. He didn't deserve any of this. He rearranged and uprooted his life. Went from a single, the bachelor lifestyle living in Boston to moving into instant dad role. Mm-hmm. And, that's something that obviously everyone admires him the most for, and I do too.
I think that's why we think he's, that takes a good dude to do something like change his whole life to help them kids. Yeah. That's a good dude.
And I seen the videos of him where he was doing TikTok videos for his niece and pretending to be her while she was pretending to be him. And he's clearly funny and caring, and you could just tell that he's just a good guy.
Yeah, and I think John O'Keefe has been lost in all this.
He has.
And what's so bad about it is them people that booed him, they have, justice for John O'Keefe on those signs. Why not just take that off and put free Karen Reed? Because it's not about John O'Keefe if you want Karen Reed free. Right?
Not.
And booing the families and the mom.
Well, they're so dead set into believing that she's being framed that they can't see that the actual victim here is John O'Keefe.
And they can't see how bad they're hurting the family.
They've lost the whole plot.
And it ain't just a couple people. It's thousands. It's like thousands of them. Mm-hmm. 500 at least was out there at her court hearing. So I mean, it might not be in 1,000, but hundreds of people are hurting these people for no reason.
It wasn't easy for him at the beginning, but he learned to figure it out, and we all helped as much as we could without getting in the way. Just an overall good guy.
And I assume he chose to do that, right? I mean, your sister's situation is unimaginable.
Yeah. So then, after my brother-in-law passed away, we had to figure out, all right, what do we do? And at the time, my wife and I were like, all right, we'll take them in. At the time, we had a 3-year-old and an 8-month-old. We were trying to figure out how are we gonna do this. Our house was small. We didn't really want to live in the house that they both passed away in, but we were trying to figure it out best way possible. And then Johnny just stepped up one day and just said, I got it.
Wow.
And then pretty much moved in the next day and took it from there for 8 years.
So there's a
8
reason that's why
years.
so many people just.
So, I mean, maybe he was done with that life of, going out, hanging out. He may have needed that family to make him complete too. It might have helped both of them,
I'm sure it
kids
did.
and him. You know,
I'm sure it did.
Because it's a lot better lifestyle to be a father than being a bachelor out partying and clubbing and drinking and.
Described that's what they admired about him.
Yeah, I
He
mean,
stepped up.
a selfless act, changing your life, to take care of his family and people he loved.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that's him in a nutshell.
I know I asked you how your mom's doing already or how your parents are doing, but I just can't imagine for her losing 2 kids.
Yeah.
Is she like a different person now?
She's a strong woman. I'll give her that. Yeah, it's unimaginable, just to lose them in the ways that she did. My sister suffering for.
That helicopter, whatever it is in this video, is so loud it feels like it's flying above us.
I was just getting ready to ask you if there was a helicopter.
I thought there was a plane flying over us. I was like, is there a damn plane flying over us? Like, I don't never.
Yeah, and then there's still people in chat saying they can't hear the interview at all. So I don't know. I think it has something to do with the right ear and the left ear output.
Maybe. I don't know. I just know that. Thank you, Jim, for becoming a member. I was like, man, that plane sounds so damn loud. I wish it'd hurry up and fly over.
I have a headache. So it's actually, I thought it was over us.
Yeah, I did too. That's why I paused the video. I was like, is that plane flying over us? Or is that in the FKR cult has been openly, what did that say? Admitting they want info on the jurors.
Yeah.
They want info on the jurors? What, the 10 people that found her guilty?
Said the guy's name or whatever and was saying all the jurors to come talk to him and, his usual shit. That's why he had a dead turtle hanging at his parents' house. I
don't believe somebody killed. They better not be killing turtles.
I don't know how that turtle came to its demise, but it definitely was unalived and hanging on his parents' porch.
Well, like on a noose, or was it just tied? Like somebody tied it? That's crazy. Somebody go up there and tie. That's probably him trying to get attention.
That's what.
Karen Reed ain't in court, so what's he going to do to drum up attention for his channel now?
Hang dead turtles at his parents' house.
It's gonna be just constant Karen Reed allegedly until she goes back to court, and
he's got court. Yeah, and when he talks about his court, I catch his show every now and then. He sounds like his voice gets shaky to me.
I bet his voice does.
And then he's like, oh, and speaking of Karen Reed's trial, I also have a trial coming up on the 11th. If I would like to have, people come and cheer me on like that.
Listen, like I heard him say that he got street cred from being in jail.
Oh, Lord.
Look, he was locked in a medical pod where nobody can get to you and you're by yourself the whole time. So really, you're locked up by yourself. Could he make it in the pod? And let me tell you this. He ain't making it. That dude is not built. He's not built for that life. You know what I'm saying? I know for a fact. I can look at you and tell that I would take you, Trey. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, let me get that off that. You can eat that. You know what I'm saying? He just don't realize how people there's like a pecking order, in jail.
He has to
and he ain't built for that life. He ain't built. He just ain't built for it. And listen, this time when they lock him up, they're not going to be so nice. It ain't going to be that medical pod shit anymore for him. They're going to send him to the back. He's
facing like 20 felonies.
See, look, they're worried about, lawsuits or something. But when he gets his time.
And he's still
he's going to the pod. He's going to be right there with the real dude. And they're going to lock him up with felons too. Real criminals. I don't know if Turtle Boy's ever woke up next to a murderer. But I can tell you, I have. Right, I slept like this. For days. Try sleeping with one eye open for 8 days. My eye was dry as shit. right? It took me to get a bond hearing. I was like, shit, they were in there for murder, robbery, kidnapping, and you expect me to go to sleep? You done lost your damn mind. Locked in a cell with 12 dudes facing the worst charge. Everybody going to prison but me, right? And I'm thinking, oh shit, right? And they put me in there with them dudes to do me a favor.
Did you learn your lesson at least?
No, if they'd have put me somewhere else, it'd have been worse. That's what they were saying. You go sleep with these murderers because you don't want to sleep with those murderers.
Lord.
You see what I'm saying?
What cell were you in?
Because these murderers won't kill you, but they might. You know what I'm saying? These are the good killers. Those are the bad ones, all right? My buddy was a deputy, but these are good killers. These are bad ones, okay? We're going to put you with the good killers. But he ain't built for that. He ain't never been around no real bad people. Listen, when people go to jail, crime don't stop, okay? If they were robbing people on the street, they're robbing people in the jail. They're just strong arming you without no gun.
Yeah.
4 or 5 dudes running the cell, give it up. They'll tell you, give it to me or give it to Jesus. And trust me, most people are going to give it to you because they don't want to take that beating that comes with not giving it to them. So he ain't built for it. But he's in a little tiny place where it's not. You know how long he would last in Norfolk jail? He wouldn't last 20 minutes in it. He wouldn't make it 20 minutes. That shit is like a terror dome. It's like a Mad Max shit. You know how long he would make it in Norfolk? He would have a break. They would have to put him in a mental pod because he would have a breakdown. He'd be in the fetal position. He'd be crying. He wouldn't know what to do. And you know, the thing is, people would probably feel bad for him too. Crazy old thug motherfuckers around here, they'd be like, man, he's already crying. You know, but like, he would not make it. This is a lot different than Canton does.
He had a nice little vlog that he did from jail with like the bandana on and like the tattoo.
He ain't been locked up nowhere real where there's real people. Right. You know, like when I was listening to his shit, I was thinking, man, you're by yourself in the medical pod where they protect you. You have never been thrown to the wolves and where you got to defend yourself. Listen, in jail, people could actually kill you before the deputies could even get to you to help you.
That's terrible. That's scary.
You will be done, right? If they want you dead, you will be dead before the deputies can even get into the pod. All right.
That's real scary.
The deputies don't come into the pods by themselves either. They got to wait for the CERT team. The deputy, I seen fights break out in jail. The deputies run.
From the fight?
Run. Yeah. Hell yes, run. You got 120 people. You got 2 deputies. When them people start fighting, when everybody goes at it, they run. They run out the cells and then all the doors open. Boop, boop. You see the dudes run in with the pepper guns, the riot gear, tasers,
so they have
tons.
To have a SWAT team
they send in the CERT team. Yeah, absolutely. To break up 2 people fighting. By the time they do that, you could beat a dude to death. You could beat him from this side of the cell to that side of the cell. Like they don't try to 1-2 dudes don't try to break up all these people fighting. So they got to do all that, and then they come in to try to take control of the pod back. Like he ain't built for that. He ain't built for that. I just know. So I know he's scared, right? It's scary when you built for it. Like people that don't want to go to jail, they know it's just the imprisonment of it. But you also, if you're going to put yourself and break the law, you better be prepared for the consequences, right? Because he's facing it. He
hasn't learned his lesson.
You think dudes in there for robbery and killing people, they care that he's a blogger?
No.
Nobody gives a damn about what you do
that
on
would
the
probably
outside.
Make him a bigger target.
He could be like, oh, you a blogger? I used to sell crack. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody gives a shit. You know, like you ain't. It just blows my mind. He's in a world of trouble too.
I know.
And like, I don't think he takes it serious because
I don't
he believes in this. Oh, it violates my 4th Amendment shit.
Nobody can't say whatever you want.
Nobody gives a shit anymore. Nobody. They've been taking your rights away from the all the time. Mm-hmm. You in trouble. You can't stalk and harass people.
Well, he's saying he has the right to.
When that girl gets up on the stand and starts crying, your ass is done.
Oh, shit.
Okay? When that girl gets on the stand and starts crying like she did in the murder trial, your ass is done. The judge look over and said, all right, you done. That's it. When the girls start
No,
crying, your ass is done.
That's the thing. He thinks he has a right to freedom of speech, but when you defame
Oh
somebody,
no,
when
they're
you
gonna turn
speak,
they're gonna turn the tears on.
You can't. That's not how that works.
What I think they're gonna end up doing is giving him 5 years probation. That's truly what I think he's facing. Yeah.
For 20
because he's not a criminal.
charges?
Yeah, because he's not a criminal.
20 felony charges.
Yeah. He'll do 5 years probation.
I'm not that invested. I don't really
I don't think he's really, if he goes to jail to be for a very short time, maybe not enough to probably send him to prison.
And then he's going to be what, a felon?
Yeah. Hell yeah, he's going to be a felon. Yeah, there ain't no way around that shit. Mm-hmm. He's right at this point, he's a felon. He's going to be convicted. They're not going to put him in jail for long, but they're going to convict him. Hell yeah, they're going to convict him. Yeah, he's going to get convicted. They ain't letting you off all them charges. He got so many damn charges. I couldn't even read them all. He's going to get convicted. He don't have a bad criminal record. So they're going to give him that benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, but then he's going to have 20 felonies on his record.
It don't matter. It don't matter. They're all there. See, what another thing is his charges can run concurrent because they happen because of the same event. Mm-hmm. All right. The reason he harassed this person is because of this. The reason he harassed that person was because of this. It all translates to the same thing. So say they give him a year on every charge, right? And there's 20 of them. That's 20 years, right? Mm-hmm. But if it runs concurrent, it's a year.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
You see what I'm saying? That's how they do it. They run the charges concurrent because you caught the charges doing the same shit from the same event.
Yeah,
pretty
that makes
much.
Sense. Yeah.
So
I think the fact that he would be labeled as a felon is bad.
Oh, he's gonna be labeled as a felon. Yeah, he's gonna be on probation. He's gonna have to go piss in the cup.
From not having a single record to becoming a felon.
Yeah.
And he's still it's like he doesn't get it. He's still shit talking.
Oh, and then once that's done, once he's convicted, they're gonna sue him.
Oh,
you can believe the pizza shop.
Oh yeah.
That you've been causing drama to and all that stuff. They're gonna sue him. There's gonna be civil suits that come right after him being convicted.
Oh yeah.
As soon as he's found guilty on one of those charges, civil suits start to hit.
Yeah.
Then that's when they come for the bag, right? What's worse, is you going to jail for a year or them suing you for what, $1 million? You know?
Well, yeah.
I think I'd rather take the year in jail, to be honest. Terror Gang gifted 5 membership. Woo! So yeah, I would be a little nervous too, be honest. Mm-hmm. Because say it don't go like I think, because he's not a criminal, what if they do give him a year on, let's just say they give him a year on 5 of those charges, and he does the next 5 years in prison.
Dang.
You know, and he don't have the big high dollar attorney that Karen Reed had. He got what, Bradle. Mm-hmm. That dude dumb as a rock, right?
He's not dumb.
He's just as dumb as Lally. They probably buddies, right? They probably hang out together and shit. They both dumb as hell.
Yeah.
So I would say, he's in a lot. He's facing. His charges carry. They were going to convict her of manslaughter, right? The charges that Turtle Boy faced right now collectively carry longer than her manslaughter charge.
I knew
right?
That.
So right now he is facing more time than Karen Reed. Make that shit make sense, right?
That's
make
what
that
I thought
make
was
sense.
going to be the funniest.
What's manslaughter carry 5 to 10?
Yeah.
Right? 5 to 10 years. Each one of his charges carry up to 5 years.
Yeah.
Right? Tampering with the witness up to 5 years. They won't give you that, but it carries that.
Yeah.
Right? So if you got 20 of them, man, you're facing 60 years in prison. You know what I'm saying? You can go to prison for the next 20 some years.
You fucked around and found out.
But that's worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Worst case. I don't truly believe they'll do that to him. But yeah, he could definitely go to prison. He could definitely go to prison. If something zigs when it should have zagged, he could definitely end up in prison. Canvas and Crimes says $5 memberships. Thank you. All right, let's get through this. I'm a talker. I can't help it.
Opportunity to say goodbye, and then, with my brother just being taken from us so quickly and senselessly, I don't know, somehow she keeps it all together. My father, quiet, kind of keeps to himself. Mm-hmm. But I mean, overall, what they've gone through it's unfair.
Yeah.
It's unimaginable. But they're strong and they keep moving forward, and just same thing. They do what they have to do to take care of the family.
I have to ask you, we got ushered out of the courtroom pretty quickly on Monday. You had a little exchange with Karen. Do you mind? What happened there?
Did you know that in Texas,
Okay.
rifles can be carried in public without a license, whereas in Florida, no open carrying?
So throughout the trial, she likes to turn
New members, awesome.
She's never once made eye contact with my wife, Erin. So when the mistrial was announced, she turned and looked right at Erin and gave her a smirk, and then went over and hugging and celebrating to some extent. I just said, you're not done yet.
Did she say something back?
No, but I mean, it was an emotional day, emotional moment, being in that courtroom, sitting so closely, and that's something that she wanted.
Yeah, can you talk about that? I mean, the courtroom switch, we know all the legal reasons why it happened, but you guys...
That sucked, because then there was no way to get in there, because all them turtle riders had took up, they would stay there all night with their chairs out in front of it, so you couldn't get a spot in the court. Just like I wanted to sit in on it and couldn't, because they sit there all night holding seats for each other.
Yeah.
And
then Karen
they
had
should
her
make
special-
people. They
Karen-
should have made people alternate.
Karen picked her special people for the day or for the week or something to be allowed in the court with her. She got to pick a couple people. That was weird. Did you see Tom go into the courtroom? I can't.
I mean,
that's a cult.
It is cult. I ain't gonna say it's a cult, but it's cultish.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The cult of Karen Reed.
The cult of Karen Reed.
And it's funny that they chose FKR because it could ultimately stand for fuck Karen Reed.
Yeah, F Karen Reed. Yeah, that's what I say when I see it. F Karen Reed. That's what I'm gonna wear when I go back up there for the retrial, is an
and spell
FKR
out
shirt.
The FUCK, yeah.
Not just wear it like they do, but mine means something totally different.
I would spell it.
For like,
I'm gonna start selling free Turtle Boy shirts. Okay, anybody want to get a free Turtle Boy shirt?
Justice for Turtle Boy.
All right, justice for Turtle Boy. That man is wrongly convicted. He was just out, using his constitutional rights to be media.
Turtle Island tomorrow for 4th of July. Somebody wants to know in chat.
Yeah.
4th of July? Yeah.
Do we got plans for more?
Probably.
Then maybe not. It's on standby. On standby, guys.
Arm's length from her for the entire trial.
Yep. I guess after a while, you just got used to it. But yeah, showing up every day, sitting that close to the person that took my brother away from us, it was not easy. It took a lot to not say anything. But again, it wasn't about me. We were there for one purpose and one purpose only, and that's to get justice for Johnny.
What did Adam and Laura say to you guys afterwards? Like, what, looking ahead?
Yeah, I mean, they were disappointed in the outcome, but
C-Star said suing for using a turtle name.
I'll start tomorrow.
Well, I'm Turtle King. He's Turtle Boy. Okay,
it's a different.
There's a big difference. Never send a boy to do a king's job. Okay.
So they're confident. They have the truth on their side. Unfortunately, if you pay high-powered attorneys enough and put enough lies out there, you start influencing people to the point where there's just no turning back. I think people just don't want to admit that they were wrong or duped.
Amen to that. He's right. Them people don't want to admit they were wrong.
Confident, and they're going to go at it again.
He being Adam has been like, he's kept to himself a lot, similar to you guys over the course of this.
Yep.
Do you think that's been hard?
I'm sure it's been extremely hard on him. He's not the type that looks at social media or pays attention to any of that stuff. He just keeps his head down and does his job.
Good for him.
He's not the flashy attorney that wants to be on camera all the time and have press conferences on the stairs like some people. He's just a hardworking, I guess nose to the grindstone kind of guy, and just does his job You know, it's a very difficult job, but he's never once really complained about it, you know, to us anyway.
Yeah.
And I know it's hard on him. I know it's hard on Laura. I know it's been hard on
Somebody said
everyone who's
criminal.
been involved in this.
I
But
saw
everyone's
that.
determined that we're just going to do it again.
This is not a criminal. See, that's what I mean. Why do
That's
y'all have to
exactly,
be
like, what?
mean to the family of a fallen police officer? This man didn't kill him. Why would you call this man a criminal? Why would you come in here and say that? Right? That is cult behavior. This man has never done nothing to anybody. He's telling you what he thinks, right? That Karen Reed killed his brother. He's telling you why, right?
He knows Karen. Like, he's
Yeah,
been around
I mean,
Karen. They've had family dinners
The
together.
thing about
so,
this
like,
is the cult will attack anybody around that don't agree with them.
right. And they're so certain that Karen is innocent based off of what? Something they've been told? Like, it's just so weird to me that.
Look how people were talking to me the other night because I had a difference in opinion than them. Like, you would say those things to me because my opinion is different than yours. That is really crazy, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all need to realize that this was about John O'Keefe, not about Karen Reed. You know, and to sit here and attack his family, to boo his mama, to boo him, to mess with the kids, you guys are really sick. Something is effed up in your heads, and I would seek help, to be honest.
Has your circle of like the people who support you guys, has it grown? Has it gotten smaller over the course of all the noise outside of this?
Well, Karen was drinking and driving and killed a man. How about that? How about that?
That's
for
what
me
they went
personally,
to. They went to go digging into his history and found a DUI or something where he drove 24 miles an hour and hit another vehicle, and the person's not dead.
Yeah, they
So it ain't the same.
What does that have to do with Karen Reed? That's
how you win a
attack
battle.
the family.
Right.
Attack
That's
the
how
family.
these people, like, they literally are fighting this battle on behalf of this woman they've
Y'all
never
are
met.
trash.
And
okay?
basically just, we're going to fight it now by pulling out shit that he's done.
Yeah, to these people, they didn't kill John. To attack them people, that just shows they're trash.
Yeah.
I don't want to get in fighting back and forth with people, but we know what kind of people you are. If you support that type of shit, just be patient. Keep watching.
Kept my circle smaller.
Mm-hmm.
People that we were friends with or haven't seen in a while, you just don't know where their mind's at.
Yeah.
Dolly, did you hear about what went on with T-Rev? Yes, I did hear. Now, here's the thing, guys.
I thought we were not discussing that. Oof. That's a shit show.
Yeah, I mean, in the situations, these cases are really serious. Okay, to be faking things out here, not good. Okay, now I ain't go in and dig out. Did he fake it? Did he not fake phone calls or whatever it may be? It is what it is. I tell you guys, when people call here, you never know who's calling. It could be damn any bucking body. You know what I'm saying? There's no way to vet it. You really never know when something's real. Like, we had a dude call in, what was it, yesterday? Said he seen Sebastian. And
Stephen Crumbly.
Is that was his name? You remember his name?
I hit him from the channel.
Oh, you hit him. And he was calling in saying he's seen Sebastian. And, you know, we would have entertained the story, but then he said Jeffrey Dahmer tried to eat him.
He said it in chat. He said Jeffrey Dahmer K'd him and ate him.
Yeah, and then at that point, we
when I hit
knew
him,
that
'cause
person
that
was
a
not
no.
not legitimate. Okay, and I guess PJ blocked him. But you never know when something may come through. So that's why, you know, the phone lines are important. And to fake something like that, which I don't know that he positively did. I hear all the people saying he did, but shit, people say shit about me all the time. It ain't true. But that is definitely something you don't want to do. And I can tell you this, I've never faked anything here. That's why we have so many regular callers. It's always, a lot of times, the same people that call. Granny Bassmaster, Doug. Like, I know my callers. Sweet Legs. There's so many, right? And when they call in, you know who it is. You know exactly who it is. Susie, Chrissy, Rose. So we have a lot of the regular callers, but and I don't set nothing up crazy.
That's
like
why
that.
people think that you always pick your calls because it's so many regular callers. So they think because you get the same type of people or the same people that
they just get through. They call nonstop until I answer. Like you heard ladies say, I called 108 times. I called 150 times. Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Damn. I'm like, oh my God.
There's days where I've wanted to say something and I couldn't get in.
Yeah, and you figure when people are calling in, I mean, I don't know. But definitely, guys, if you're a YouTube creator out there, if you're going to fake something, don't do it in true crime. I think true crime, especially in missing kids or dealing with kids, it is just a bad time. And if you did do that,
T-Rev, the reason why it's so bad is I believe he went on like Chris Cuomo's show over one of those phone calls that now is questionable.
Yeah, like he said he had Brian Kohlberger call in. He had Maddie. I mean, I don't know. I support all creators up here, but I know this: if you did do something and these channels know you did it, they are going to come for you nonstop. Okay, so I'm glad it's you and not me. Okay, how about that? Don't nobody call in with no bullshit on my channel because people be getting mad about that, right? So
somebody said there's a text message showing that T-Rev's guilty. Nowadays in time, you can fake that.
Yeah, you can fake DMs and all kinds of stuff. All you gotta do is make a dummy account and send it to another dummy account, and then you got the whole conversation. But I ain't gonna get out here and judge people. But if you're out there doing anything, and this is for all YouTube creators, don't do that in true crime. Okay, don't fake shit like that because then you involve the police and you're messing with the
an open case.
Open case. I mean, then you're really like it should be criminal.
It should be.
To say some shit like that ain't true, especially to so many people, and that's 100% purposely spreading misinformation.
Yeah.
So that's a hard. Now listen, have I ever spread misinformation? Yeah, not knowing.
Yeah.
Have I ever purposely came and spread misinformation on the internet? No. Hell no. That's why sometimes I'll correct myself. And say
a lot of times when some of your calls that come in that are like trollish, that you instantly like. Remember that one lady that said the aunt did it and hung up or something like that?
Yeah.
There was like clip channels that were saying that you had so-and-so call in to do that.
No, I didn't even think they said the aunt did it. I thought they said something else. I thought they said something else when they called in. I didn't think they said the aunt did it. But no, I have never had anybody call in. But we ain't never had no calls that were crazy like that either.
No, but that's the thing where I mean, you're different. I always, when all them calls came to the one channel, to me, I instantly am like, there's no way that every case has a call that's coming through to this one channel.
I just thought that the channel's popular, that they got they stream
it ain't that popular.
A lot of hours a day, and that's why maybe people stumble across it. I always took it as legitimate.
Like, I think most people I'm do. So jaded in life, like I just don't even.
Yeah, so I don't know. And in T-Rev, if you are doing that, don't do that shit, man. If you're gonna do it in something else, not a missing kids case, right? Because when you start messing with missing kids, that's when it gets a little hairy, right? I don't know, but that's gonna hurt you in the long run because if people know you're faking it, every time something happens good that somebody calls in, they're gonna think it's fake. So it's like the boy that cried wolf.
Yeah.
So my message to people out there putting out misinformation, don't do that, guys. Because a lot of people do believe what they hear up here. That's why I tell people don't take nothing as fact, do your own research. Because people believe shit. They hear me say it, they believe it sometimes.
They thought that Vinny was your uncle.
Yeah, they thought Vinny was my uncle. He ain't my damn uncle. Okay. I mean, I say all kinds of shit, right? For entertainment and comedy. So that's why I tell people to do their own research, their own things. I could be wrong. There's that possibility.
What they believe. So we've been forced to become very kind of like defensive, not as outgoing as we normally would be.
The guy that faked the call admitted to it. Yeah, I heard that there was a guy that said he did it for him.
And that was a whole nother thing. People are showcasing him now.
Here's the thing. Both of them a piece of crap. One for the guy calling in, and for two, him for faking it.
He would have been fine. He would have never exposed it had him and
would he have a fallout with T-Rev? Yeah, every time somebody gets mad at you, they want to tell all the dirt they got on you. So you shouldn't do dirt though, because eventually somebody's gonna get mad at you. Anytime you have a friend, you're gonna fight with a friend. Real friends argue because a real friend should be able to tell you when some shit's bullshit. So you're gonna argue with a real friend a little bit, And
Priscilla said it's not Uncle Vinny, it's Cousin Vinny.
Cousin Vinny, Uncle Vinny, that man ain't related to me. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Aunt Nancy, she ain't my aunt. Yeah, I just met her one time, took a picture with her. That's it. Right. So I mean, don't take everything I say as dead serious or fact. Because sometimes I'm playing, sometimes I'm joking. Like I said, I mix a little bit of news, rumors, got all of it together into one big bowl of.
It's like everybody takes you so
gumbo.
literally sometimes that it's just like, no, that's not supposed to be literal, exact. It's
just remember I'm a big goofball, and then you should understand my sense of humor a little bit. You should know when I'm playing and when I'm being serious, and you'll know. Usually when I'm talking about little kids, I'm dead serious. Right? Usually when I'm talking about something that's just
you can tell when you're serious.
Where I think I can throw a joke or play around a little bit with, then I'll be a little more jokey, a little bit more,
That's why I did the stream today about the Ernie Shell, his version of what he told on Brooks's channel, was because he didn't say, my opinion or how I relate things. And the way that he said it, he was and it was just like he had convictions of like exactly how she was or what she.
When you're dealing with these little kids, you got to tread lightly because they touch everybody's heart, just like
right.
me.
It's emotionally charging. Like I don't know. And somebody commented on my video and said like you sound like a stompy 2-year-old, and I'm like I actually said that about myself in the video I did because of the fact that it's just so emotionally. I'm invested at this point, and so I react in a way to where I feel like I need to correct something that's being said.
Yeah, I like I said, I done talked about little Summer Wells so long. I feel like I know the little girl, and when people say bad things about her, it fucking pisses me off.
That's why I always aggravate you and put allegedly in the chat all the time because it's like I feel like when things are being said that are factual, they should be stated as that, and then when it's like stuff that we're just discussing, just to chop it up, it really should be emphasized that it's not 100% factual.
I give my warnings.
I know, but people come in 10 minutes after you start and have no idea what you said.
Right there. I told you it was Booger's holler.
I know.
I say
got that message too.
Boogerville instead of BFE.
Okay. I got the message from that person about the exact
awesome.
area.
Thank you. Thank you for the donation. You didn't have to pay us $5 to tell us that, but thank you for the $5. All right. So yeah, just don't get out there purposely. YouTube creators spreading misinformation. I don't know what was going on. I don't get into the drama like that anymore. But I mean, I hear things, but like I said, I haven't researched it and checked it out or nothing like that.
But I think recently we're gaining some more support.
We're helping. Dolly is.
I hope so.
Show up to court. And
PJ is a Karen Reed supporter.
Shut up.
Dolly.
Am I wearing pink? Is that
you should be. You should be. You Karen Reed supporter. I'm on the blue team. PJ's totally on the pink team. Okay. We're divided here in this one.
My head hurts. Stop it.
I would hang with Paul for sure. He seems like a good dude. Somebody could kick it with, drink a cold brew, go fishing. Seems like a super nice guy. The Karen Reed people, they offered me candy. Okay. And I think Tom was trying to touch my butt cheeks. I'm not sure, but he was getting awful close, right? He was getting awful close to my right cheek. My right cheek, there was just like the radar on my right butt cheek went off. And I was like, yo, this man's getting too close. He's offering me damn candy, right? And then he walks across the street and talks bad about me. I think I would be on team blue. Okay, I think I'm going with blue team. All right, for the win. Blue team for the win. And look, man, this dude coming out, be able to talk like this, share. I wish he would have done this a little earlier. I think he would have brought more people into their corner.
I agree.
And we would have seen.
It's silent.
We would have seen.
Time
we would have seen just as many people out there supporting this man as we did.
Yeah, because
Karen
that
Reed.
Raw emotion he's showing right here makes
he's the rock star. He's the rock star, not Karen Reed.
I know.
If they got the rock stars mixed up, this is a good brother stepping up, being there for his brother. This man's a damn rock star.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. Go ahead.
I guess counter protest to the people that are outside.
See, that's what it is. If there would have been a counter protest out there, it would have been a little bit different. When people walk into the courtroom and they only see people out there supporting Karen Reed, they may lean towards Karen Reed. But if they see people out there on both sides of the fence, they might have to determine, well, let me make up my mind instead of let me go with the popular opinion. People up here shit talk me because I don't go with the popular opinion. I get it a lot, especially from the Karen Reed people. They hate my guts. I'm surprised y'all offered me candy, right? I'm surprised y'all offered me candy and stabbed me in person, right? Well, y'all had the chance. Y'all should have got Dolly while he was out there. I was by myself too, right? So, I don't know, man. I don't know, but they get another try, and I think if they had more support outside the courthouse, it may have swayed the jury a little bit.
I've never seen people tailgating at a freaking murder trial before. Is it really necessary to have?
Well, yeah, the next one I'm gonna be out there with a big blue flag waving it on top of the trailer. Justice for John, right? Hell with Karen, down with Karen. I'm gonna be selling free Turtle Boy shirts, everything. You know what I'm saying? Lock Turtle Boy up. I have both, just in case. It don't matter what side you want. I'll still sell you a t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? If you want a free Karen Reed t-shirt right now, I'll sell you one. What you want? I do them custom. What you want on the shirt? You want damn Karen Reed didn't do it? Well, I'll get you one right now. I'll print them up I got it right in the kitchen. Go right over to the press. We'll make you whatever you want, right?
Oh, shit.
I got free.
Didn't have to throw the mouse over.
I got free Turtle Boy stuff, right? Free Turtle Boy. Y'all gonna need that next, all right? Now, what if Turtle Boy goes to jail? What does that do to the momentum of then we get Tom takes over.
Rita
for president. Rita for president, right? Rita for president will come in with all the Kool-Aid. She will come in with the Kool-Aid. That lady thinks she's running for damn Jesus.
She really does. She's
right?
like, who do we support? Like, I'm just like, wow.
I thought I was at a political rally. I thought I was at a damn political rally when Rita came out there. I'm like, this lady right here, she invested, right? She way invested. So we both said that, Rita.
I know.
For president, right, Rita. That is too much. That is just too much. I don't know what to do with that woman. I wouldn't want to be locked in a room with her, though.
No, absolutely not. That lady will talk you to death.
I just couldn't take it. I would beat my head on a cinder block wall first. Yeah, she's definitely a personality. All of them are personalities, though. I gotta give them that. All of them. Turtle Boy, he's a shitbag, right? But he has a personality, right?
Yeah, they have their own characters.
Their own characters. Tom's a little bit weird, but he seems harmless, right? And then you got Rita, which is so power driven and wants to be something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They're all characters. I give them that. They're not just like
they're not dull.
They're not dull. Yeah, that would be what I would have to say. They're not dull. If you had to watch them, it's somewhat entertaining to a certain extent.
If you're into that kind of thing.
Yeah, I guess. If you're into like the Human Centipede and the movie Hostel, you probably good with those people, all right? But it is what it is. Read it for president.
I think people have been in fear.
And I'm selling those shirts. Anybody want to get one?
Oh my God,
Rita for president. Play. Okay, we're gonna have some stars on it with big ass Rita face. You can get it right here.
Rita face.
We'll have a shirt that says Rita face. All right?
But I think that's starting to turn. I think people want justice. They don't want this influence of social media and public perception based off of lies to win or to take control.
Hell no, we don't. I don't. PJ does, but I don't.
Do you want people to show up with?
We'll take all the support we can get. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, we're not going to turn anybody away.
I'm coming, Paul.
Aw,
I'm coming. I'm there to support this man. Why did he say that in the beginning? Dolly would have been there right beside you, brother.
Why didn't anybody recognize that they needed support too? Like, while all of them people were out there for Karen.
I did. I told Karen she was going to look good in orange. Okay?
I know, but
that's a low blow, undercover, nice insult. Your ass is going to prison, woman.
You were nice about it.
I was nice. I was too nice about it now that I think about it.
You were.
I did scream Trace though.
These poor people, like, I just can't.
See, look, we would have grouped up. We gotta have our own. Look, blue team. All right, I'm going blue team. Me and you gonna have to go to battle against each other though. You're gonna have to get on this side of the street. We're gonna get on this side of the street.
I'm not.
And they're gonna be like, we must fight to the death. Like Lionheart, right?
Like finish him.
Like Braveheart out there. We come to conquer. All pink shirts must be crushed. Okay? We here to take over. Paul needs help, man. He needs a crew, right? I'm Team Paul.
Stop making me laugh.
I'm Team Paul in this. I'm telling you, I'm going to go support this man. They're trying to. He's
How
right.
can you not?
He's right, though. I think people try to go with the mass opinion, like the popular opinion, just like Baby Gap. You know, he don't give a shit about none of this or police brutality whatsoever. It's go with the popular opinion. Let me get a view or a click, right? So I'm always been against the green.
I think he's stupid and doesn't get it.
You know, I'm Team Blue. I'm Team Blue, and I will be there to stand beside you, Paul. Okay, Dolly's coming back. We're gonna get to everybody we can get out there. If they got 500 people, we're gonna have 600 people. If they got 600 people, we're gonna have 7. Okay, that's how we. That's how we roll. That's how we roll.
I mean, every time we go to court, you know, we're
Somebody said free clubber. Free clubber. Fake ass daddy.
That poor dog.
Poor dog. He's probably wearing a Free Can Read shirt right now. Damn dog probably hates everybody.
just the bad guys. You know, and at the end of the day, it's, you know, we lost a loved one. You know, but somehow we're still, I guess, vilified for just not believing in a crazy.
Baby Gap, all about that money. Well, he jumped on a train. He was a he sank all the way to the bottom, and that man reached up and grabbed a life rope, right, a life jacket, a big ass one, right, into a Colt. He reached. He was drowning and found a Colt, saved his life. That's one case when a Colt saved somebody. He's the only person to ever successfully do better joining a cult. Okay, that's the only person ever in the history. Now, bro, it only took you joining a cult. You know what I'm saying? For people to watch you. All right. Oh my God. All right. I'm glad I didn't have to join a cult for people to view me. All right.
That wouldn't have gone well.
I didn't have to grab one of Rita's cheeks. You know what I'm saying? I had to do none of that. I had to do none of that shit. Right. Thank you, little baby Jesus. We keep it right. We keep them prayers alive.
Dolly, PJ would 300 kick you into the pit of doom.
It's gonna be me versus PJ out there. She's gonna be pink. I'm gonna be blue, and we're gonna be screaming at each other from across the street. It's gonna be real, right? Who's gonna win? Yeah, blue team.
This is
right?
Sparta.
Right. So y'all get to see. Look, you know, me and PJ. Well, some things we just agree to disagree on. Right? We don't have to think exactly the same on everything, you know. But we'll get her a nice little pink shirt, get her out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have me a badass blue one, you know what I'm saying?
Like
blue top hat. I'm gonna have me a big Sparta flag, you know what I'm saying? I might be wearing a Sparta mask out there, something crazy. I'm gonna break my turtle mask out for this one.
No,
okay?
You're not.
I do.
You're not.
I'm breaking the turtle mask. The turtle mask ain't came out since Georgia, Paul. We're bringing turtle mask. All right, Paul, just know that.
I'm going to run that thing over.
All right, once the turtle mask come out, that's when the crowds start to show up. Okay? And we'll bring the night crew. I'm going to
Don't you dare.
I'll bring the night crew.
Do not bring the baby sounds.
Listen, I will bring the night crew from Georgia. I will fly their asses right to Canton. Right? We'll get the whole.
These people are going to
What was the one lady? What was the one lady that was like, I talked to 3 damn psychics. I know right where this baby's at. Y'all damn YouTubers ain't shit. You're out here making money. I called 3 psychics. I spent money. I'm bringing that bitch. What was her name?
I don't remember.
What was that girl's name? I think of it. Something with a B.
Brandy.
No, it wasn't Brandy. Somebody help me. Who was the girl in Georgia? Who was the damn girl, the crazy ass woman that I was backing up from? I was like, this lady's gonna try to buy. She'd be real nice women, and then she'd be like, F you YouTubers. She was bipolar. We need her. We need her. Wanda Boatwright. Boatwright. That is it. Wanda Boatwright. Look, that's who's running against you, Rita. I'm bringing her up there to meet Wanda. You're gonna meet Wanda Boatwright, right? Savannah, Georgia. She should run for mayor. Okay. That woman is crazy as all get up. That's the night crew. That was the damn Savannah, Georgia night crew.
And Barbara said, Mari, that lady was something
We get
else,
them
too.
up there. We
That
get
lady
them
was
up the
something
can, and y'all don't
else.
stand a chance. You would, them people would take on 500 people like it wasn't shit. Okay, y'all would lose. All right, y'all don't need no. What was the other girl that was all zanned out her mind?
That was that Mari lady, Mari.
Oh, the Mary lady. Oh Lord, that weird woman. You can imagine that. We get them in some blue t-shirts and get them up to Canton.
I don't want nothing to do
Oh
with
my
that.
God.
No.
Oh my Lord. You talking about news will be on fire. That shit make national news. It's going to be a little bit different this next time around, especially with them doing media appearances and coming out, that the family's going to have a lot more support. And you think 500 people out there, it may turn into 1,000 people
I'll
out
take
there.
that mask outside and Karen read it.
We'll see if we can get like a band to perform. You know what I'm saying? Bon Jovi show up, right? We're like, oh shit, Bon Jovi here, right? We know it's a party then. Bon Jovi show up. We're like, damn.
You know it's a party when Bon Jovi shows up.
I'm just saying, that's what I'd be like. I'd be like, oh, this shit's getting real now. Bon Jovi just pulled up on a steel horse he rides.
Conspiracy.
I'll show you exactly. Damn, is this
So-
a Lamborghini? Yeah. Is this your car? Yeah.
Dead or alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On that note, was it hard for you at all? I mean, there were certainly some moments in the case where there were weak spots exposed, right? Like I think about the solo cups and Trooper Proctor, who now is facing job consequences as a result of this. What was it like for you to listen to those moments that weren't necessarily benefiting the state's case?
Well, as far as at the very early stages, I mean, a crime scene during a blizzard, can't be an easy thing to navigate. And yet, you know, they found evidence. They found a sneaker. They found pieces of taillight. You know.
Yeah, the solo cups didn't look good. What was they supposed to put it in though that wouldn't leak? What do the cops have in their car that don't leak? I mean, if you put it in a plastic bag like an evidence bag, it's just going to leak out when the snow melts. So what do you put it in? I'm sure they have containers, maybe like a Ziploc container. I mean, like one of them plastic things that you put a lid on. I mean, I don't know what the hell you put snow in to save it. You know, a cup. I mean, as long as it had a lid on it, what does it matter really? I mean, I don't know. It don't look
this part of
good.
the case because I think that what happened was their police force isn't big enough to handle that type of case.
I think the worst thing
try
in the
to handle
case
it.
is when their emails came out and the cops were saying doo-doo fell out of her vajayjay. I think that was the
that
worst.
was on his private text
I mean,
message.
it don't matter.
Brian.
That shit still came out. You know, then it makes you think, oh, he's a dirtbag. He might be do something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you're a shitty person, you may be capable of setting somebody up. And I think that was real damaging in the case. Myself. Even me, I was like, whoa. He said, what? You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn. I mean, I don't like Karen Reed, but that was a little bit much. And looking for titty pictures on the phone that he ain't ran across no nudes yet. That was horrible to say.
They all talk like that.
I know, locker talk, but it's unprofessional, and that came out in court. I think
again, that was in his private phone. It's not right, but I don't think that proved that she's not guilty.
Yeah, I think shitty police work don't mean she ain't guilty. I know.
Right.
They just did a shitty job investigating.
For sure. But it's a smaller area. It's not like it was even Boston police. It was freaking Canton. They have a smaller police force. I don't think they were equipped to handle this type of case. And then they went for it.
You see how small the courthouse is?
Yeah.
Like, you can fit their courthouse in one of our courtrooms.
No, I know.
You know what I'm saying? Their whole courthouse. Like, oh, that shit's little as shit. Like, y'all must not have no crime here. That's how I look at it. Like, it's a little old building. Like, you know, our shit's state of the art.
Yeah, no, I know. But that's what I'm saying. They have a little force that I don't think was meant. Like, they had a
I think the same thing about Tennessee.
Scene.
I think the same thing about Tennessee. It's little police force. They're not equipped to handle certain cases. And that might be the same circumstances. Murders, disappearances. You don't have a really good police force. That's hard.
That makes sense.
Obviously,
Happy 4th of July, everybody.
A couple feet of snow. So I think they improvised the best they could. Every investigation is going to be kind of scrutinized to some degree. But
Trooper Proctor's not been
they did what they had
fired.
to do with what they had.
He hasn't been fired.
He got relieved of his post and got transferred over to another place.
Yeah.
He's probably not on duty, like not in his car, but he's got desk duty, I'm sure, until it
blows over.
I mean, he's got a case to see what his punishment is. He's being reprimanded, but someone in chat said he got fired. He didn't get fired.
No, I didn't hear he got fired either. I heard they moved him.
And with the weather conditions being what they were, they just, like I said, had to improvise and do the best they could. As far as, Michael Proctor's comments, I mean, he even said, too, they were unprofessional, which we agree with. But, this guy, his life's been ruined, getting his personal cell phone, which was something that should never have happened. Josh Levy should never have been intervened in this. An FBI investigation was launched due to cherry-picked evidence or pieces of discovery that was only provided by the defense. Like, this is
pretty unprecedented.
To not even speak to the Norfolk District Attorney's Office, not speak to the Mass Police to see what they have for discovery and evidence. Just to intervene himself in that way, and which casted, a shadow of doubt on the investigation. So I think he has a lot of questions that need to be answered.
Yeah. Do you get updates on that?
Yeah, they did put a little doubt into it, especially when the FBI say they're investigating, but they didn't, they investigate. That don't mean you did something wrong. That just means they're looking into wrongdoing. But they didn't have time to say, well, there wasn't nothing wrong done. They did this in the middle of a case, which put some doubt in. I agree with his brother.
That's exactly what happened.
I do not. I do plan on trying to sit down with him at some point.
Yeah.
Whether I got a knock on the door, I sent him an email, but I'm sure I won't get a response. But if I have to go knock on the door and ask for a sit down, that's what I'll do.
Is there anything I haven't asked you about that you want to make sure people know?
In all this, I just want people to remember the actual victim.
John O'Keefe. Amen. Rest in peace, John O'Keefe. That's what I say too, that these people, they're out there saying they want justice for John O'Keefe, but they really don't. They just want Karen Reed free, and they should take that John O'Keefe stuff off their signs, because it's hurting the family.
Right.
It's really hurting the family.
I think I mentioned it before that it's not the Karen Reed show.
Yeah.
This is about a good man whose life was taken way too soon, and for selfish reasons, and has created a void in our life that was already an enormous void, but just made it even that much bigger. And I just want people to remember him and want him to get the justice he deserves and that we deserve. And that's Karen Reed going to prison.
Amen. I'm with you, Paul.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So you want to take a couple calls before we get out of here?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to open the phone lines, guys. We want to hear from you. What do you think about this whole Paul speaking out? Is Karen Reed guilty, innocent? And what was the first topic? Summer Wells.
Summer Wells.
Rumor was bashed in the head with a hammer by Don Wells. Ernie Shell put that out there. What do y'all guys think about that? Let me open the phone lines. Call-in number is on the screen. PJ will be taking calls. For a minute.
I'm just hanging out. My head hurts.
All right, let's do it. Phone lines are now open. Call-in numbers on the screen, 757-797-6694. Dolly, PJ.
Hey, Dolly, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm just fine. This is Lisa from Michigan, but I was born and raised in Boston.
Awesome.
I lived in Braintree.
Okay.
And that's like almost a Canton.
All right. So what do you think? What do you think about all this Karen Reed stuff?
Okay, so I am part of a huge Italian family. I lived in Little Italy.
Uh-huh.
And there are like people who get fitted for cement shoes, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yep. And so there are a few higher up on their payroll, so to say, right?
Yeah, I believe the mob is still in Boston.
Yep. And then my uncles, I mean, we would sit down for Sunday dinner, and all us kids would get the Mogan David because it was like sweet wine to get us like prepared or whatever. I don't know. So we would have a big Italian dinner, and then we would be dismissed, and we would be sent out to play. But then all the uncles, I didn't know I had so many uncles, would just sit around the table and sip whiskey. And they would really target different people. I mean, it was like business. Like, it's crazy. But I don't think any of these people who are involved with this case is part of all this.
Yeah, they're not that high up either.
Well, there are some old timers, trust me. There are some people that are still on their payroll.
So do you think Karen Reed is innocent?
I think Karen Reed will be deemed innocent because of the whole influence of like Little Italy, so to say. I don't think she is guilty myself, but yeah, this is going to be really, really interesting. Let me tell you right now, she will be deemed not guilty because of outside references. I bet you.
You think so? Well, 10 people in this jury had her convicted, and there was 500 people outside.
Well, maybe those 2 that didn't convict her. Maybe that's part of my family. I don't even know.
Maybe you think she's innocent. So, yeah. Look.
I do personally, yeah.
Well, we will find out because, you know, the word is they're going to retry her. So we will get to see it a second time. That is for sure. I think
I just wanted to,
I think
wanted to bottom line this.
There
are people that are crooked.
Yeah, well, I think if Paul keeps asking people to show up and support him, he's going to have a ton of people out there. That's what I
believe
think.
that too.
You know, just as many as Karen Reed.
More.
But with the influence of my family, Italian family, I grew up in Little Italy, and I think that will probably have something to do with it as well.
I guess you line the right pockets. It goes a long way.
Exactly.
Okay.
I saw so much money and so much drugs in my grandma Canaba's house. It was just crazy. It was like, I guess I shouldn't be in here.
Okay. Well, I ain't messing with you, but you have a good night. And it was awesome talking to you.
Too, honey.
All right.
Hi, DJ.
All right. Peace.
All right. Bye.
All right. She was a mob boss. We can't, you know.
I don't know if it's because my head hurts so bad, but her voice was scratchy and it kind of aggravated my headache. So I didn't really.
Yeah. That was a mob boss. We don't want to.
Well,
you say something bad about her, you'd be swimming with the fishes.
What does being Italian have anything to do with? I got lost instantly.
No, here's the thing: is a lot of people think the mob is still not powerful.
They are,
and that they don't run Boston, Vegas. They run all this major stuff still.
So now, Karen is part of the mob. Like, why would the mob pick Karen?
I'm just saying. People, no money. It goes to money. When you start lining the pockets of this person and lining the pockets of this people, they friends with certain people, make certain things happen. You see what I'm saying?
My brain hurts.
It's like Biggie Smalls when he was saying, you know, about the jury would be tied up in the basement. You see what I'm saying? You go against the wrong people, it don't matter who you are, you're touchable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We say you go in there and say she's innocent, well, your ass will be swimming with the fishes. we don't know who could get to who.
Or opposite of that.
Basically,
why wouldn't it be?
That's what I took from her. She's saying, I grew up in an old school Italian family. This shit's still mob ran, right? Which I agree. Like, you know, even the people in Vegas, you think Vegas ain't ran by the mob still?
I would think that the side of the law enforcement /
but the
man
mob,
that died,
the cops work for the mob, just like Your Honor. We were watching the show Your Honor. Remember how all the cops were tied in with the mob guy?
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. Somebody pulls the strings. Everything in this world is a pecking order. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You may have your judges, juries, but then you have your monsters, your gangsters, your drug dealers, your gang bangers. You got all kind of people. And if a certain person says, this is what I want to happen in this town, then that's what happens. Okay. Or your ass ends up in a concrete wall somewhere like Jimmy Hoffa.
I'm not going to get it. Just take another call.
Okay.
I'm so lost.
Okay. All right. The mob is real, and the mob is still active in our country. That's all you need to know.
I understood that.
Okay. All right. Phone lines are back open. Call-in number is on the screen. Hold on. Why does it keep turning itself off? There it goes. Now the call-in number is open. Let me refresh it just to make sure. 757. Never mind. Dolly.
Hey, Dolly. Oh, my gosh. I can hear PJ laughing. So I guess I'm live, right?
Yes, you are live.
Okay. Hey, it's Shauna from Tennessee.
Hey,
how you doing?
Hey, Shauna.
Hey.
She's going to take your call real quick so I can run grab a drink.
All right.
Sure.
All right.
Sure. Okay. Well,
hey,
hey, honey. And I say that with love.
I know.
Some people think, honey. Okay. So I'm calling about this from like an outside perspective. I've not followed this case that much, but I will tell you that from what I've seen, the condescending way that this woman, well, I don't know if I want to call her a woman, but this Karen Reed is, I mean, whether she's guilty or not, she's kind of guilty in my opinion.
I agree.
From like, you know, like, I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know all the, what do you call it? Like all the facts of the case, but I mean, who would stand up there? I got so mad yesterday. I was like, God dang, she's lucky I'm in Tennessee and not wherever she's at, Boston. Right? Like smirking and a little condescending. Like, who does that? That makes her look guilty, period.
Yeah. I agree.
And I don't even know anything about well, I do know some, but like, if you loved this man,
you would show it.
You would
even a little bit. She doesn't.
Right.
I've never seen her even remotely act like she loved that man.
God, see, and you, like I said, I've not followed it until recently on y'all's channel. Like, you know way more than I do, but I would. Can I say bitch slap or no?
No, I agree. I completely agree because she's just no remorse. Like her whole when they did the press conference, I just wanted to reach through the screen and just like scruff her up, like you spoiled little. Right, that's exactly
right.
it. I think she's got everything she's ever wanted all her life, and Daddy's rich, and she basically comes to court in her $1,500 outfits, and
yes, God, it's annoying. Okay, so I'm just glad I'm not the only one that feels that way, especially from not really following that much of it. But how disrespectful to.
No, put the thing on. I'll get it. Sorry, Shauna. Just hold on.
No, you're fine. You're fine, honey.
Hold on. All right, I'll just trade spots with you.
Yeah, I'll go get it.
This is why I love you guys. You're so real. I just love it.
Are you gonna go get the drink, or you just get the keys?
I'll get the drink.
But just get the keys. Okay, it don't matter. Okay, I'm with you. She loved.
Oh, now it's Dolly. Okay, well, it was nice talking with you, PJ, and. Dolly, no, I know you heard, but I was telling PJ, like, I don't know a lot about this case. I'm not very, like, educated on it. But
on the Karen Reed case?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
the way she is so condescending and laughing and making these little smirks, I wanted to reach through the phone and say, girl, you are lucky I'm not in wherever the hell she's at, Boston, whatever.
Yeah,
but
Canton.
No remorse. Just no freaking remorse.
I know. I thought her facial expressions were going to get her convicted. I was like,
I wish they would have. I mean, I thought, well, that sounds, no, if I'm being honest, okay, if we're being honest about doing the right thing, that should not be the only reason she gets convicted. And like I said, I do not know. I've not followed it that much, but the way she was up there the other day, like during that press conference and like shaking her head. And when the judge had to say, do you think this is funny? Like, that's disgusting. I would never, like, if I was innocent or guilty, I would never like laugh about my loved one, my boyfriend, my husband, my whatever. Like, that would not be funny to me.
I agree. I definitely agree. She, you know,
so that makes her
lack of remorse. She don't care about the man being dead.
Yes. And I feel for his family. Like, I don't blame them. Like, you know, I thought to myself for a minute, like, okay, are they just trying to find someone to like put the blame on? But they clearly know more than we do. Because you know how it is. It's different behind the scenes. Our families know more about our loved ones or whatever. But her actions are disgusting.
Yeah, celebrating in the courtroom and like it's like a football game and you just won.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, there's a man dead. Let's don't forget that.
Right.
Just celebrate. So
it's probably a good thing you weren't there, Dolly. It's probably a good thing you weren't there.
Well, I would have just said something crazy to her. I wouldn't have did nothing to her. You know, I don't wish harm on people, but I'll say something.
Of course
like,
you don't.
Like, you're gonna rot in hell, woman. You know,
Yes.
I'll say something like that, but I wouldn't, you know, try to put my hands on nobody or not.
Of course you wouldn't. My God, anybody who knows you wouldn't do that, but that would be warranted. And why did nobody else do that?
I don't know. I just think that, you know, it's going to be a different case. I think the family should have been out there drumming up support for their side.
Yeah.
And people went with the popular opinion was Karen Reed. If more people were out here saying put Karen Reed in jail, more people would get on the put Karen Reed in jail train.
Yeah. And I'm going to have to dive into this and look back on it because, like I said, I'm not very educated on this, but I just know as an unbiased opinion, from someone that doesn't know everything, I would frickin' bitch slap her. Like, I can't imagine that poor mama and John? I don't mean to be disrespectful. John O'Keefe, is that his name?
Yeah, John O'Keefe, and the person on the screen is his brother Paul O'Keefe.
That's so sad. Like, who does that?
Apparently Karen Reed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she needs her ass whooped, in my opinion. Sorry.
Hey, look.
She needs.
But
thank you.
We are running out of time. You be good.
Okay. I will. Thank you, guys. Good to talk to you. And it's good to talk to PJ, too. God bless y'all. PJ, take care of that headache, man.
Well, she's outside.
Those migraines are crap. Okay. 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 Thanks, Dolly. Bye.
Yeah, we went to the store beforehand and we bought sodas. The only problem was we left them in PJ's Jeep, right? So she has to run out to the Jeep and grab the soda. I was going to do it, but she said she would. So, you know, I went and got the cup of ice, but it wasn't nothing to put in the cup. I was like, oh, man, I got terrible dry ass mouth and the drink is outside. And I didn't know where her keys were at. So I would have just grabbed the keys and went and got the sodas, but I didn't know where her keys were at. And now PJ is one of them people. I don't know about you women out there, but she don't just carry a pocketbook, right? She carries luggage. I mean, luggage, like multiple purses, like them big ass bags. They're like this. And she has everything in her whole life in these bags, right? Like one time she'll tell me the whole one is like holding bricks, boom, like cinder blocks. You're like, damn. Like she got her dresser drawer in one of the bags. She got like half the house. She'll pull out a toaster oven. Like, it don't matter what you need. Like, I could be like, yo, let me get some toenail clippers. She got toenail clippers. You could be like, yo, let me get a weed eater. She will literally pull a weed eater out of her purse and shit. It's like so much stuff in there. It takes up the whole back seat of the Jeep. It's like, woman, I don't know how your back ain't bad. How the hell do you carry? But if you need something, she got it. You need a baby wipe. You need a sink. You need anything you could humanly need. A starter for an 82 Buick. She got it. She got it right in her damn pocket. One of her 5 pocketbook purses, bags, suitcases, whatever the hell you want to call them. And you know what I call it? Just too damn much is what I call it. You know what I walk out of the house with? My ID. That's it. My wallet and phone. That's nothing else. Nada. Every now and then I'll take a book bag with me. Like if I got to carry a couple extra things, like a t-shirt, some shorts, extra pair of shoes or something, I'll carry a book bag. But I try to make that book bag as light as humanly possible. Okay. Like nothing in it that don't need to be in it. I'm like, I don't feel like I'm not like a pack mule like that. I can't just carry everything. But like I'll travel a lot and I'm always going places buying shit because I don't want to carry nothing. But I always come back with like souvenir. I just count it as souvenirs. Like I always come back with t-shirts, things like that. Because when I travel very light, right? Couple t-shirts, couple pair of jeans. You know, I don't want to carry all that heavy stuff. Phone lines are back open. Who's going to be at the next Karen Reed trial? Dolly's going to be there. I'm going to be there. But look, I got the Kool-Aid. It's the F Karen Reed Kool-Aid. Dolly.
Hi, Dolly and PJ. It's Corinne from Wisconsin.
What's going on in Wisconsin?
Hey, we're getting ready for tomorrow to set off these $2,000 worth of fireworks.
Oh, Lord. Don't burn the house down now.
Right. No, it's going over the cornfields.
Okay, over the cornfields.
Over the cornfields.
Watch out for the aliens. Watch out for the aliens. They hang out in the cornfields now. That's where they make their crop circles.
Right. You know, that's funny. My little 8-year-old grandson with autism, we told him he couldn't go in the cornfield last year. We said there was coyotes in there. We said, no, they'll eat you. So he would take every person that came to the party by hand and go, no, because we thought, Jesus, if he gets in there, we'll never find him.
Yeah. I had ice.
So,
okay, well, thank you.
But you know about this Karen Reed thing?
Uh-huh.
I'll tell you, if anybody wants to know what a narcissistic psychopath looks like, watch her. That's it.
I think so too. I mean, definitely no emotion. I don't think she loved John at Keith.
Nope.
O'Keefe at all.
Nope, that is a narcissistic psychopath. I actually had a friend of mine who is, you know, in the medical field tell me, you know, this is what a narcissistic psychopath does. And I'm like, oh my God. And yeah. So you can put her right up there with a whole bunch of other people.
Yeah. And it was good to hear his brother say, yeah, we need people out there. We need support. You know,
his brother is a down to earth, logical, loving brother.
Yeah.
You know?
And like I said, with him asking for support, man, this dude will get so much support. He's way more likable than Karen Reed.
Oh my God. He is down to earth.
Well spoken. He was well spoken.
Yeah.
You know, so seemed like a genuine, nice guy. And it's hard to watch him go through that because he was in the court every day just staring her down like if he was a zombie, he would bite into her brain.
He wants justice for his brother. And I do believe he will get it. I really do believe he will get it.
Yeah.
But he, you know, he's not going to give up. Nope.
I hope they find her guilty of the 2nd-degree murder when she goes back. I know PJ thinks it's a little bit different, but I think, you know, she did it 100 without a doubt.
Oh, I do too. I absolutely do. Like
even with the crappy police work.
That woman is a psychopath. She's a psychopath.
She did it. What are you talking about?
I know you think she did it. But you still support Karen Reed.
No, I don't.
You're a Karen Reed supporter. Don't lie.
These people believe.
I can smell it.
Don't pick on PJ.
I'm just playing with her. She knows I'm playing.
I know. No, that woman really is a psychopath. It's like a Jodi Arias, and I could put her up there with about 5 others. That is a psychopath.
Yeah, I think she's a little crazy myself. But hey, look, I appreciate you calling in.
Okay, you guys have a good 4th.
We will. You stay safe.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right, peace. All right, guys, me and PJ are getting ready to get out of here. Are we going to end it with a question for him?
Yeah.
We always end with a question. So what's the question tonight? Do you think the results will be different when they try Karen Reed the second time? And would you be there to support Paul O'Keefe? Okay. Would you support Paul O'Keefe? Hold on, callers. We're done with calls for the night. We've been up here with you guys for 3 hours. I'll take more calls tomorrow. Will the outcome be different for Karen Reed? Right. Y'all let me know in the comment box down below after this video, not in the side chat. Also, will you be out there to support Paul O'Keefe? Yes or no? And if you think there's any truth to what they're saying about Little Summer Wells, let me know in the comment box down below. I will see you guys sometime tomorrow, maybe for a quick stream. Me and PJ's going to go out and have some fun. So I don't know exactly when I'll be here, but I'll probably see you guys tomorrow, if not the following day. So you guys be good. Got anything you want to say, PJ?
No.
No. Okay. All right. Later, guys. Peace.